The second week of December. Time is running out on the year. You should have already began the next one. But kind of a chill day, bro. Really, it was actually pretty boring. The big thing, even though it was like boring, it was the Supreme Court talking about whether or not they could fire people and who has the authority and what it leads for the future. But then we got it really early. We got to hit a nice play on it, but NVIDIA, there was news that they're going to allow, someone from the Commerce Department, they said Lutnick supported it about selling the H200 chips to China. Again, there's a lot of circularity with this news because, you know, China said they don't want them and they're banning them, and then you've played this game back and forth, but it has affected the stock. I don't know if it's because it's low volume and not much going on, but it did set off a couple of other plays as well too. So it got people moving. That was really your only other headline besides some of the other morning ones. A couple of buyouts, a lot of biotechs, and then you actually even had a bond auction, the 3-year note. So it came in, I think, a little bit higher, but no real reaction. The bonds are still getting clapped, if you don't remember, ever since we heard about Hassett. That is the big deal. We talked about it a couple times. I showed a couple of pretty pictures, and I'm down to go over it again, but because I'm telling you, you guys are... So one thing about the market, one thing about the chips, you did have people pumping the 493. Oh, all those S&P 500 names, baby. I hope you're ready for them. But yeah, just you're going to hear a lot of people talk about bonds and equities. Eventually, it's going to start moving us. We're going to have to deal with the holidays and everything else. But remember, every Fed chair, since Burns to Volcker to Greenspan, Bernanke, Yellen, Powell, the bonds, this always happens. So I want to make sure you guys are all ready for this in advance, because when it does happen, I don't want you to act dumb. I don't want you to be confused. Don't fall for the hype, baby. So that being said, we got to talk about life, my brothers. We got to talk about life. So I hope you enjoyed today's Philo. I think I'm going to give you something you should all enjoy, but let me play you a song. I'm going to go get me a carbo, and we will begin. And if you got those NVIDIAs or anything else in between, that should have been nice. That was literally 400% if you got it early, 300 on the other one. And then remember, all you need is a long term. And then if you can't manage the two, separate the accounts. Otherwise, maybe we get you into other business. You know that? Maybe we get you into other... AMBA, a lot of other ones are moving. So let me get you the track and let us begin, brothers. Let us begin. And let me send this out. Long term has changed me. Good, brother. It should, man. Your future self thanks you. TSM going now. All right, man. Let's get it. Jesus. Praise God. Amen, amen. It's a call, baby. Hey. Yeah. If we talking plays, yeah, I'm in there like swimwear. I've been there, I've done this shit for 10 years. You could have it all, but you've been scared, big scare. Funny part, there wasn't even risk there. My thoughts been my own, yeah, I've been clear, no fear. Oh dear, who you trying to control here? My God is the weapon, I ain't boasting. Nah, it's done. Daddy said it's finished, made me in his image, but that always made me timid. Wonder why we different, don't you ever get it twisted. It's the only way we get it, set apart from the start. And the heart isn't ours, it's a hippie with the love, but it's David with the sword. I want peace, so that means you gon' kill me if it's war. Nietzsche, Trotsky, can't beach on the ark. Want it easy or hard, want a genie or a god, then believe me, lil' bro, you a child, you a son of the highest in the bud. Don't deny it, we don't like it when they tell us who we are. I can tell you who I was, I can tell you who he is. I can make another song that's telling y'all about the crib, but for a second, keep it real. It's not the reason they will kill, it's the freedom in believing. They want death to bring the will. But I'd rather have it now, and I ain't never backing down. Lion gonna eat me or turn his ass around. Either way, I will remain up in his name and say it proud. Here, let's say it now. Jesus. I put Jesus on the beat so I can listen to it. I got reason to believe that we living in it. You could say it's one hell of a decision in it. Ay, if we talking plays, yeah, I'm in there like swimwear. I've been there, I've done this shit for 10 years. You could have it all, but you been scared, big scare. Funny part, there wasn't even risk there. My thoughts been my own, yeah, I've been clear, no fear. Oh dear, who you try to control here? My God is the weapon, I ain't boasting. Amen. Chattadonia. You guys, speaking of glasses, you got Warby Parker. It's moving on Google, saying they're going to release AI glasses. So again, we were just talking about those. But Chattadonia. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, how you doing today? Happy Monday. Merry Christmas. It's that time of year. I hope y'all feeling good, man, for real. I can't remind you enough. I hope you have already gotten some traction on this next year, and you can. I mean, believe me. I think in a couple days you already felt the slowness today, but you know, people are going to slow down, take off. You can relax. I'm not saying you can't relax, man. That's always a good idea. But your mind. I really hope your mind, bro. You know Golgotha? You remember Golgotha? Who knows what Golgotha is? Have you ever heard that word, Golgotha? Do you know what that is? Do I have to remind you? Because I got a couple of cool things I'm going to play you today, but I got a little message for you. I got a little one I want to add to it. Yes, the place of the skull. That's what it means, the place of the skull. Ironically enough, Golgotha is the location that Jesus Christ was crucified in. You could go look this up. You know that? You must crucify your mind, brother. I hope you get rid of the old mind and get reborn another mind. I hope you kill the lower senses and rise to your highest senses. It all happens in the place of the skull. Some would call it the temple. The temple must get destroyed and rebuilt. Oh my. So just a reminder, bro, because that's what I'm saying for this year. And getting ahead of it, man. You got a couple of choices. You know, I don't know. The world doesn't necessarily reward hard work. Did you guys know that? Otherwise, the donkey would be the king. But you know that, right? The world does not reward hard work. That I've seen people get mad discouraged by this fact. Because some of y'all work very hard. It hasn't rewarded you as you would like. Again, how many times have you encountered people like that? And it sucks. But you know why? It will reward hard work that is in alignment. You must align it with your goal, your mission, something bigger. Again, your mind. It's not just about the work. Make sure you are working to something bigger. Make sure you work on your purpose and find that out, bro. And now hard work goes a very long way. A very long way. So, amen, baby. And again, that's what I'm saying. If you're going to do anything, bro, what do you believe? How does your beliefs get you moving and get you going? That's where it's at. So that's the first part. I do have a couple of clips I'm going to play for you today. I'll play them and I'll give you some commentary. I don't know. Do you guys like the videos? Because again, I'm not just playing them for you. I'm kind of showing you some of the source material. Where, you know, and again, these are some, I hear them and I want to share them with you, but I'm like, you just need to hear all of them. I don't know. Like, you need to hear it how I hear it. I hope you hear it the same way. You know, and it does get my mind going, and I do have a lot of thoughts that I could add to it, but for real, bro, I do think some of these are important. So I'm going to give you an OG reminder. We're going to go and play some clips and watch. I think it's going to happen again today. I think I'm going to play it. It's going to hit you with the bar, your ear. It's going to tickle your ear, bro, and not in a negative way. You know that? Some people just want their ear tickled. You know that? Have you ever heard of that? You know that, right? Sadly, the wicked generation just wants their ear tickled. Do you know what that means? Sadly, having your ear tickled, that just means you want to hear what you want to hear. Right? Oh, bro, yeah, do whatever you want. Yeah, if you live a life, nothing will stop you. You could do whatever you want. No discipline. You'll get what I know some people just want to hear something. They just want to hear something that agrees with them. That's the ear tickling. But nah, I've noticed with some of y'all. Y'all hear a bar Y'all hear something good, the discipline comes through, something good, and you're like, yo, what is this? I was sharing with you guys on Friday, bro. That's exactly how I got put on to a lot of this stuff. I mocked it, I laughed at it at first, and then I'd hear it, and then I'd be, oh, wait, what? Who's this? What did he just say? So yeah, I got a couple for you. But before I get into that, I'm going to just give you an easy one. Because I think it's been a great year. I think you got another great year ahead of you. Oh, but with every good thing, my brother, comes a battle. Did you know that? I don't know if you've realized it by now. Even having this year was a great year for some of y'all. I don't think it came easily. I still think you had to battle. You had to battle a lot of things in your mind, actions, people, society, you name it. It was a battle. And again, some of y'all too, you are going through your battle right now. I encourage you, brother, focus on what comes out the other side. Anything that comes out and makes it through the fire is gold. Don't ever forget that. But you do need to realize this. We talked about it on Friday, man. Remember, you got to rewire your brain. Again, the skull, baby, Golgotha. You have to rewire it. How do you view fear? It's a signal. The beginning. You think fear and uncertainty is the end? Uncertainty is the beginning. I mean, shit, ask any of the news, man. How do you think these stocks move? You hit news, it gets uncertainty, things start moving on uncertainty, no? Oh, man, you'll see it. Just don't forget the intensity of the battle. The intensity of your battle is a signal. I hope you know that. So think about it. You saw how intense this was. If you had a good year and you overcame and you let bad become your opportunity before everybody else, again, you didn't, I mean, the market just went up. But if you were able to think on your own and make decisions early on, that had a much greater reward. And same thing right now, man. You're going through something. You think it's going to take you. It feels like it's going to take you out. That just means that there's probably something of equal success on the other side. This is one of those truths. Intelligence knows this. The infinite intelligence, there is an equal seed in everything. So the intensity of your battle now, my friends, it's probably signaling you the intensity of something on the other side. So I hope you're ready for that. I hope that gets you excited. I hope that keeps you going. And we're going to hear something a little bit about discipline and going. And I think that's going to help. But like, you don't realize you don't have these battles for no reason. I hope this could rewire your brain. You have to go through stuff. You got to struggle with it. Can I really, like, for real, I wish I could help you with this. All of you. Stop viewing it as a problem. I know it sounds weird, but like, you don't get it. When have you ever had a battle in your life and you're like, man, this sucks, and you got to deal with it, and was it because nothing happened next? Seriously, have you thought about this? You don't get a battle before nothing happens. I think this is objectively true. You're not like, oh yeah, I had to struggle and go through all this and then nothing happened. I don't think so. It's always right before something. And I don't know if you know the game, bro. I don't know if you know. I know. I hope you know the devil know the game. I mean, again, there's only good. You only get bad if there is good. Bad is just good perverted. That's it. Again, metaphysically, there's no such thing as bad. It's usually when things go wrong. Something good went wrong. So you got to realize, man, I think the devil knows this, and you should know this. The devil knows you're going to look for a reason to blame and stay small. You know that, right? So think about it. You get a battle. right before something happens. That's why the battle gets sent. That's why the difficulty, the same problem, that's why it shows up right before something happens. You know why? Because the devil knows damn well that's going to be the crutch you rely on right away. And be like, oh yeah, well, I keep making the same mistake. That's why. That's why you're going to keep looking backwards. Look forward. Do not let a battle, do not let anything get you looking backwards. Look forward. Because as humans, the first thing we do is go backwards. Some of y'all will blame yourself before any, I don't know why. I've been there, but again, once you come across to the light, brother, you'll see. I know it's easy to say, oh, well, I keep making the same mistake. That's why. That's why this didn't work out. That's why I'm scared of trying. It's going to be hopeless because I keep doing. No. That's looking backwards. Telling you, bro, this whole year I've been telling you, get off the fence. Take action. Move forward. Massive action. So I keep saying, man, next year, I don't know if it's calm now, great. Nothing's going to happen. You start to notice battles popping up. You make progress. You don't get it. That's something I've seen. I keep telling you about the long term. I'm like, I don't know what. It happens so often. And then people just randomly dipping out of the long term and making a gamble. You don't get it? That's a little gambling popping its head up again. Some of you did well with this. Some of you have handled it. Some of you have let your future get built and you have avoided the things that'll hold you back. Awesome. And then it comes back. If it comes back, can I just tell you this? If you have a sudden urge to start gambling, what does that mean? Oh, what does it mean, Chad? Yeah, Spy's coming back down. What does that mean? Seriously, tell me what it means. What did I just share with you? It does mean the devil on the prowl, but why? Why is he on the prowl? My guy, the devil more strategic. You got to be strategic. What does it mean? See, no, not something went wrong. The devil wants you to think that. Ah! It means something is about to happen. Oh, y'all don't feel me, dog. It means something good is about to happen. And then if you fought, that he only sends it right before. If I knew you were about to take a lot of territory, I'm not going to send the attack at early. I'm going to wait right before and send it right before something happens. And then look right away. If you give into it, that way you're going to go back and be like, see, it went wrong because I gave into it. That's the whole plot. That is the plan. That is the strategy. You know that, right? The devil ain't here to do anything but distract you, you guys. You know that, right? That's all it is. I don't think you bad if you get given to the gambling. You know that? I don't think you're a bad person. I think you're a distracted person. I think you're getting distracted from what you are about to get. And then you could repeat it over and over again. That's all it is. So, keep this in mind. The intensity of the battle is a signal, my friends. You're on a good path. You got a mission, everything going good. All of a sudden, an ex texts you. All of a sudden, you see, oh, I could make this much game. Think about it. All of a sudden, the fucking liquor shows up. All of a sudden, oh man, all of a sudden. Yeah. Distraction. That's the game plan. It means something good is about to happen. And then you give in, because I don't know, man. God is good. Remember, the party. He'll throw you a party, you come back. I don't think you realize it. He knows exactly what's going to happen. He said he knows exactly what you're going to do. Whether you give into it or not, man, he is still the shepherd of the morning. You understand? He says, I know. He says, I know you're going to deny me. I'll still be there in the morning. If only we had friends like that. So that's the point. It's not like God, it's not going to take you away. It's only going to distract you. Stop getting distracted and start hearing the signal. Start seeing the signal. And that next time it pop up, you want a good path, bro? Listen, you're going to make mistakes. That's fine. It's when do you want it? Do you want it sooner or do you want it later? That's the irony, because we all want it right now. Let's be real. We all want it right now. I know we're supposed to be patient and virtuous. You don't need to rush things and be unwise, but for real, I think a lot of stuff we delay on our own, because every time there is good happening and that signal pop up, we get distracted. Do not get distracted. If you figure this out, and then next time it pop up, bro, you can navigate it, you should get encouraged. You warrior, you. Not fall back, not play small. Like, see, now there's a reason why I shouldn't get it. I gave into this. Well, exactly. Because something was about to happen. You respond well to this. You keep your focus, my brother. That's the next level. You're going to repeat it again. But this time with more. This time growing. This time with a victory under your belt. But the devil ain't going to send. There's nothing happens right before nothing, okay? Understand this, please, because I'm telling you, if things are going good right now, you better pray. You better get ready for it to go bad, bro. And if something is going bad right now, my brother, rejoice. Do you see what I mean? Like, do you get what I'm saying when I've been telling you that all year? Rejoice. I know, bro. Some of y'all, you have either put upon yourself very bad times right now. Like I'm saying, I don't know why some people have uprooted their money tree. Well, rejoice. That means there's an opportunity right around the corner. And some of y'all just have, again, sometimes it rains, dude. Sometimes it hails in life. That's how life is. One thing go wrong, the next thing go wrong is because what is going to happen after that? That's what I'm concerned with. That's what you should rejoice about. That's what you should get ready for. That's where you should take hope in it, dude. Because these are the moments where, again, you make it through the fire. It's gold. So, I wanted to give you guys that. And now, I am going to play you a couple videos. These are kind of long. I have four of them, I think. 3. I'm going to play you 2 Miles Monroe clips. And then I'm going to play you a long Napoleon Hill. We'll stop it at like 30 minutes. We'll see. But it's a long one. But here's the first one. This is Miles Monroe, my brother. Miles Monroe. I love this. Rest in peace.
You see, God wants to bless you in such a way that when people see you from a distance, they already pick up, I know who is her king. I know who is his king. Let me tell you something. You are headed to some things. See, now, it's tough to teach them, man. Tell you. Okay, listen. The problem with the kingdom, if there's a problem, is that it doesn't work until you believe. The problem with believing is you can't believe until you know. Is anybody with me? This is very important. Okay, so the problem is you can't experience it until you believe it. But you can't believe it until someone tells you, because faith comes by what? Hearing. So there's a lot of things that you have not been able to experience up to this time in your life because you wasn't getting this teaching yet. Do you understand? It's very, very difficult. That's why Jesus went to his own hometown, and the Bible says he had the power to heal everybody. He said, but he could not because there was unbelief. In other words, even though the ability to make you wealthy and prosperous to represent God is present, it cannot happen until you connect with it and believe that you're supposed to be that way. So we cannot blame God for our poverty. We got to blame our ignorance at the moment. But tell your neighbor, I'm coming out of it now. Say it loud, I'm coming out of it now. See, when your mind changes, your life will change. So what I'm telling you is this. If he is a king and you are his glory, then let me explain who you are. You are his decoration. Y'all are so, man, that's a good place to scream. In other words, when God wants to show the world his light, he just sprinkles you right in the community. Now, he don't sprinkle poverty because he ain't poor. You are supposed to be the ornament of God's trees. So your prosperity is necessary for God to show what he's like, because he is a God of unlimited good and power. And that's supposed to be what you're supposed to be. Tell your neighbor, I have to prosper for his reputation.
I got a little quiet there at the end. You could have taken a lot from that if you wanted to. And I've noticed too, man, some people you don't like hearing it. But that's the whole point, hearing. That's what I'm saying, man. All these little Napoleon clips, all of the Jim Rohn clips. That's why I'm saying, someone's like, what is this? What is this? What is this? You have to hear it to believe. Most of the stuff, bro, you haven't experienced. You know why? You didn't even know. Have you noticed that? That there was things in life that you didn't experience because you just simply did not know. Same goes for the market. How it works and everything. But then you know. And then once you know and you hear it and you're like, oh, that's where what happens, your mind changes. So I don't know, man. This is something I feel like I've been saying forever. This is all Philo, Earl Nightingale, you name it, brother. Your life changes when your mind changes. I hope you keep this forever in your thoughts. That's why you got to watch out for this trap, dog. You don't think that's awesome? How the Bible constantly tells you, the words of Jesus constantly renew your mind? Or is that Paul? It's one or the other. But the renewing of the mind. Do you see why it says that? There's no such thing as getting stuck. There's no such thing as one level, one area. You know why? Your mind is always going to be growing and changing. You can, I've been stuck in similar mindsets. I've stuck in the same mindset for several years. I know people to this day, their mindset has not even changed from high school. Their mindset hasn't. And then I know people who have changed their minds. Oh, and that right there. That's where it all starts. Do you see one of the big things I want for next year for all of you? Because this is what I want for me. Because I've noticed it in myself this year, the year before, and I'm getting very excited by it. At minimum, I hope your mind changes coming into next year. I hope your mind changes right now. Why? Why? Because your life is going to change. That's why. That's exactly why. That's why I want to show you some of this stuff. The same thing that opened up my mind right when I damn heard it, bro. I hear it. It's like, I didn't know that before. I didn't know how money worked. I just wanted it. You know that, right? I didn't understand all these things. That's why, again, some of y'all are like, but I'm not an expert. You don't have to be. Let it enter your mind. Once you hear it, once you learn it, my brother, your mind is going to change. And then you're going to be like, wait, I don't have to be. I have to do this. Okay, I have to get to this point. I have to either save, I got to hunt, I got to apply it, I got to set a goal, I have to protect it, I have to grow it and grow it in the right place, the laws. You see what I'm saying? All you got to do is hear it. But again, we live in a world where you hear a lot of things. We live in a world you hear a lot of things. It's easy to not change your mind. I hope you see it. That's why, dude, and then again, I think some of you are like me. Very much like me. You're smiling right now. You're like, yeah, Josh, I'm like me. Yeah, because you stubborn like Josh, dog. Oh, to be a human, brother. To be a human. Yes, I'm stubborn as hell. You've seen it. You've seen it in many ways. That's why one of the things this year, bro, and it was great. It changed a lot of your guys' lives. I mean, it had a nice little life changer for me. It was damn fucking Trump coin. You guys don't remember? I hate Solana. I still kind of do, but I had to change my mind for a second. Quick. I had to get rid of a lot of things. I had to change my mind on, again, dude, I think more wealth will be created by really building up fishers. Fishers of men. Real hunters in the market. Not no follow the leader, Simon says bullshit. And I'm proud of it. I'm glad that some of y'all had the same mind change. But I'm telling you, bro, it starts in the mind. You change your mind, you're going to change your life. Let me ask you this. If your life hasn't changed, when did you last change your mind? And what was it on? I hope you don't go backwards either. That's the trap. I've seen people change their minds. What are we talking about today? I've seen people change their minds and go backwards. That's why. What do you think? You're going to get this idea, this temptation to abandon and throw things away. You're going to go backwards. Oh, Chad, let the words hit. Let it change your mind. Changes your mind, it's going to change your life.
Two powers in life that every one of us have to deal with every day. The two powers in life that you can never control or stop is time and change. You cannot control time. You cannot control change. Secondly, the two most difficult components in life to manage is time and change. Whether you like it or not, the new year is coming. Thirdly, a man's life consists in how he managed and used time. We become what we are as a result of how we use time and how we manage the changes in our lives. You are a product of those two things. And therefore, the fourth point is very important. The key to your future is the successful management of time and change. You can't stop time. You can't stop change. So all you can do with them is manage them. And you become what you are based on how you manage all of them. I want to simplify life for you of how you use your time and how you manage the changes you get through. And what you become in 10 years from now will be a result of how you manage time and changes. So, when we talk about time, let's talk about time by itself for a minute. Time is an amazing power. Every day, week, month, or year is a gift given to us by God. And that gift is given to us to fulfill an assignment. That means that you were sent to earth to complete a task and to fulfill a specific purpose. But you were sent to do it by God within a certain amount of time. So you don't fulfill your assignment. This is important. You were sent to earth to do something. And you were given a certain amount of time to do it in. So you don't have the
you see what I like? I like that sometimes I've been annoying with you guys, and how like you have to hear it. Some people couldn't even handle the music in the background. But that's why sometimes you guys like it if I give you that music in the background was wild work. I hope you got the message. Do you get it? Time and change. Could you agree with that? Is that objectively facts? You cannot control time. You cannot control change. You could control change with how you manage your time, and you could control whatever's in your ability. But think about it. You can't control how this world changes. I think some people, I'm shocked how this world has changed. I can't control it. I have only been able to control myself and how I use my time while the world is changing. You don't get it? My brother, you master these things. Then it doesn't matter what happens. You master these, that's it. Can you manage your time? Can you master your time? Can you use your time well to handle any change? The main purpose he's saying, and that's why, like, he ends it there. It ends on another good part. But the whole point, I don't know, have you thought about it like this? You have been sent here to do something. Every single one of you. I really believe that. You have no idea, man. It's fascinating. You really go down the rabbit hole and think about how everybody's here. Everybody plays a role, bro. It's fascinating. You are all here for a reason. You are here and given a task. You have a purpose you need to fulfill. And in that time, the time you're given, you got to figure out the purpose and complete it. Ain't that something? That's why he ends it there. He says, bro, you don't have time to experiment. You know that? I've heard many people say this. You want to know what I think is one of the most damaging things? And it sucks because, like, I have got to learn a lot on my own. And again, I said it for y'all, man. You need to be free. I ain't gonna get in your way. You don't have time to fucking experiment, dude. I think go pursue ideas, pursue what's within you and your purpose and what life has led you to. But you ain't got time to be like, I'll figure it out on my own. Oh, the gambling it never really works for anybody. I gotta figure it out on my own. You're just gonna kill you. You're literally killing your future. You know that, right? You have time, and you are here to complete a task. You can't spend a third, a fourth, half of your life trying to experiment with things. Oh, I gotta learn it my way and do it this way. No. Seriously, bro. The long term. That's the easiest example I could give you. But again, college too. You see people go to college and they say, I don't know it. I'm gonna go to college to find out what No. What is life already shown inside you? Then go to college to fulfill that purpose. I'm all about that. You know that? I'm all about that. But if you wanted to just go to college to figure out what to do, I think it's a waste of time. Anything. Can I ask you a really good question? Why are you in the market? You see? You're not in the market to experiment. You're not in the market to figure out what you want to do. What is the goal? That's why the long term's there. The long term should be there to fund something. The long term should be there for your goal in life, leading to the home, there's a purpose. That's not your only purpose. There has to be a greater one. But again, this comes down to time. And time and change, you cannot control. You cannot stop them. That's the crazy part. You cannot stop time. You cannot stop change. That's why the hardest things to manage are time and change. You manage your time well right now. You manage time well to complete your purpose. Take all these little pieces of your life to build and build and build, and it leads to the next thing. You manage your time well, it's going to be good. If not, it's hard to manage time. I understand that. This isn't easy. It's way easier said than done. That's why it's both rewarding and risky. You waste your time, you're running a big risk. You can't go back. We're all only getting older. Ask the young guys too. Like, think about it. I met some of y'all when you were 18. You're now what? 22? 23? And it's just crazy how, because like I know what it's like, bro. I've even got to talk to a lot of people, and then you go to college. Then you're in college, and then before you know it, you're like, wait, what am I going to do now? Can't go back. It's hard to manage your time. Bro, it's hard to manage change. You go from one point in your life to another. You go from being a child to growing up. You go kind of on your own. Then before you know it, you're on your own. Then you go from on your own. Then you start a family. Then you don't. You can do all sorts of things. But there's many segments in your life you are changing. It goes hand in hand with how you control your time. So I hope you get it. If you can't stop change, you can't control time, you can't control change, all you can do is manage it. What you are today and what you are going to become is going to be the manifestation, the result of how you manage your time and change. Do you understand that? Why do you need to understand that? So you could now control it. I'm telling you, the key to your future, bro, the key to next year, the key to the next half a decade, the key to the next decade, by the time I talk to you in 2030, that will be a result of how you manage your time. How you manage change, my brother. Or you're going to manage your time so well, you are going to change, and the changes are going to lead you to where you need to be going. Woo! So that's why I like that one. Because it's simple, man. The principles, the keys to the kingdom. This is part of it. Time and change. You are here to be a manager. You get that, right? Your goal is to manage it. What's the goal? What's the purpose? Find it out. Where are we going? The time is going to keep ticking away. I guarantee you nothing that's today is going to stay the same. Some of it will, some of it's going to change. You're going to keep doing that over and over again. What you get out of it, what you become from it, is going to be how you manage time and change. That's it. Even though they are unstoppable forces, you don't have to be a victim to them. You could guide them. The road is going to twist and turn. It's going to keep going. There's going to be other people on the road. You get to manage it. Yeah, SPY's going a little lower. G7 held call for responsible production of critical minerals. So now, let me get you this one. I got one more for you. This one's a little longer. Write down what sticks out to you.
Listen carefully. A bra. Nothing extraordinary is ever built on convenience. The world does not reward those who wait for the perfect moment. It rewards those who move, who act when others hesitate, who push when others rest. The difference between success and failure is not talent, not luck, not intelligence. It's discipline. The kind of discipline that makes you rise when you'd rather sleep. The kind that forces you to keep going when the feeling is gone. Broly, you must learn to command yourself. Your emotions are not in charge. You are. Feelings whisper weakness. Orders create power. When your mind says, I'll do it later, you respond, I'll do it now. That single decision separates the dreamers from the doers. Every great achiever, every person who built something lasting understood one law: you don't wait for motivation, you manufacture it. Action comes first, emotion follows. You move, you grind, you build, even when your energy is gone, even when no one claps, even when your body's gray. Am's to quit, you continue. That is how strength is born. Hebrewer, there will be days you feel broken, days when doubt sneaks in and whispers, what's the point? But understand this: the pain of discipline lasts minutes. The pain of regret lasts a lifetime. The person who refuses to act becomes a prisoner of hesitation. Every time you delay, you weaken your spirit. Every time you finish, you sharpen your will. Hebrew, stop negotiating with your laziness. Stop waiting for perfect timing. The perfect time is the moment you decide. When you take control of your day, your thoughts, your routine, the world bends in your favor. You don't need motivation, you need momentum. You don't need permission, you need direction. Force yourself to complete what you start. Half-done work produces half-lived lives. Champions are not faster, they are simply finishers. They refuse to leave anything incomplete. They know the taste of victory comes only to those who can command themselves to endure. So, right now, make a choice, a powerful one. Decide that you will not wait for the spark. You will become it. Push through the fatigue, through the boredom, through the fear. Because the moment you do what you said you'd do, even when you don't feel like it, that's when you step into power. Remember, success is not given. It's forced out of resistance. Every time you rise when it's hard, you build an unshakable version of yourself, the one who gets things done, the one who leads, the one who wins. Aberg discipline is the bridge between who you are and who you are meant to become, and emotions will burn that bridge if you let them lead. Like people chase feelings. They wait for motivation, for the perfect wave of inspiration, for that moment when everything feels right. But let me tell you this truth, that moment rarely comes. Winners don't wait for emotion. They create momentum through discipline. Because emotions are unstable, they rise and fall like tides. Discipline, however, is steel. It doesn't bend when we're tired. It doesn't fade when you're frustrated. And it doesn't disappear when no one is watching. Discipline stands firm when emotion walks away. Every day you are faced with a battle, not against the world, not against the people around you, but against your own feelings. You wake up tired, you feel unmotivated, you feel bored, you feel doubt creeping in. Those emotions whisper, take it easy, do it later, skip it today. But if you listen, you lose, because your future does not care how you feel. The world does not reward emotion, it rewards execution. The ones who move regardless of mood are the ones who rise. Understand this, your emotions are designed to protect you, not progress you. They want comfort, not growth. They seek pleasure, not purpose. That's why success feels uncomfortable, because it demands you go against what feels easy. Discipline means doing what you said you would do, long after the feeling that made you say it has faded. It means showing up when motivation has left the room. It means pushing forward when your mind begs you to quit. The truth is harsh. Your feelings are not facts. Just because you feel tired doesn't mean you can't move. Just because you feel doubt doesn't mean you won't succeed. Just because you feel afraid doesn't mean you should stop. Emotion gives excuses. Discipline gives results. You either control your feelings or they control you. Hey, think about it. Every champion, every leader, every builder of greatness operates with one code: discipline over emotion. The soldier doesn't wait to feel ready to fight. The athlete doesn't wait to feel like training. The creator doesn't wait to feel inspired to build. They act, and through that action, emotion catches up. Movement breeds motivation. Waiting kills it. You must learn to act independently of emotion. When your feelings say rest, discipline says rise. When emotions whisper you can't, discipline roars you will. You are not your mood, you are your habits. The person who trains the mind to obey the command, not the feeling, becomes unstoppable. Because once your brain realizes that how you feel no longer dictates your actions, you've unlocked true freedom. This is how empires are built. Not through bursts of excitement or moments of motivation, but through relentless repetition of what needs to be done, daily, consistently, intentionally. Discipline builds structure where emotion creates chaos. It builds identity. Each time you act when you don't feel like it, you reinforce the belief that you are in control, and that belief becomes your weapon, stronger than doubt, stronger than fear, stronger than fatigue. Ask yourself, how many dreams have died because of emotion? How many times have you stopped just because you didn't feel it? The graveyard is full of unfinished goals buried under emotional excuses. But those who master discipline leave behind legacies. They didn't always feel strong. They simply refused to be ruled by weakness. Hen, you choose discipline, you choose power. Power over procrastination, power over distraction, power over your own self-sabotage. You begin to live by principle, not by impulse. You begin to move with purpose, not with mood. You become unshakable. While others crumble under emotional storms, you walk through the chaos with calm precision, knowing that every step forward, no matter how small, is a victory. And understand this, discipline is not punishment, it's self-respect. It's the ultimate form of love for your future self. It's saying, I care enough about where I'm going to do what's necessary, not what's easy. It's the quiet strength that carries you when excitement fades and no one's cheering. Hebrew. So stop chasing feelings. Stop waiting for motivation. The one who disciplines himself is free. Free from emotional control, free from weakness, free from regret. Discipline is the language of champions, the armor of the focused, and the heartbeat of success. Ibraki, every morning when you open your eyes, there's a choice waiting. You can obey your emotions and stay where you are, or you can command your discipline and rise to who you are meant to be. Every act of discipline plants the seed of greatness. Every refusal to bow to emotion adds another brick to your legacy. And one day, when others wonder how you did it, how you stayed consistent, how you kept going when they gave up, you'll know the answer. You stopped listening to how you felt and started doing what needed to be done. Remember this forever. Emotion makes promises. Discipline delivers results. Power doesn't come from thinking. It comes from moving. Action is the force that turns vision into victory, dreams into dominance. You can think all day. You can plan, visualize, prepare, and study. But none of it matters until you move. The world doesn't pay you for ideas. It pays you for execution. The difference between those who wish and those who win is simple: action. Movement is power. Motion is momentum. The second you take the first step, everything begins to change. Most people wait for the right time, the right feeling, the right environment. But the truth is, power doesn't show up before action. It's created by it. The moment you begin, energy appears. The mind clears, confidence grows. That first step may be small, but it's the spark that ignites the fire. Nothing is harder than starting, yet nothing is more powerful than progress. Think of electricity. Power doesn't exist until the current moves. Your life works the same way. The flow of action generates strength, direction, and results. Inaction, on the other hand, drains your energy. It keeps you trapped in endless thinking, paralyzed by possibilities. You can't think your way into confidence, you must act your way into it. Hebrew were. Every moment you hesitate, doubt takes root. Overthinking kills more dreams than failure ever could. You can't steer a parked car. It has to be in motion. So if you're waiting for clarity before you start, you'll wait forever. Clarity comes after you move, not before. The path appears to the walker, not the watcher. Action builds identity. Every time you take a step forward, you reinforce the belief that you are capable. Every repetition strengthens your mind and hardens your will. Progress is addictive. The more you act, the stronger you become. Success is not built in bursts of inspiration. It's built in the daily grind of forward motion. Even the smallest step today beats the perfect plan tomorrow. We. You don't need to be fast, you don't need to be perfect, you just need to move. Action turns chaos into clarity. You start confused, but through movement the noise fades. You discover what works and what doesn't. You adjust, you learn, you evolve. That is how power is born. Not through waiting, but through doing. Ebro, think of all the people who have ideas but never execute them. The world is full of dreamers who never began. They sit on plans waiting for everything to feel right, but champions understand. It will never feel right. You'll never feel fully ready. And that's exactly why you must start. Because once you act, you begin to separate yourself from 99% of people who never move. Power belongs to those who act while others talk. Those who push when others pause. Those who say, let's go, when others say, someday. The moment you move, you break inertia. You take control of the direction instead of waiting for life to decide it for you. Abrahui, and yes, action brings mistakes. You will stumble and fail. But understand this clearly. Failure is not the opposite of power. It is the process of gaining it. Each mistake teaches. Each setback strengthens. Each repetition builds the muscle of persistence. You cannot develop strength through comfort. You develop it through friction. The friction of doing, trying, adjusting, and rising again. Breathe. The ones who act learn faster than the ones who hesitate. They gather experience, build resilience, and adapt. Meanwhile, the inkers remain stuck, trapped in theory, afraid to make a move. The truth is, the person who acts with 50 voucher of the plan will always outperform the person who waits for 100 patali. You must train yourself to act immediately. Don't give your brain time to negotiate. The longer you wait, the louder the excuses become. Action silences fear. The instant you move, the mind shifts from doubt to execution. It stops asking what if and starts asking what's next. That shift is everything. Every empire, every innovation, every breakthrough started with a single move. Someone decided to stop thinking and start doing. They didn't have all the answers. They just had the courage to begin. You don't need the full map. You just need the first step. Once you're in motion, momentum carries you forward. Hebrew. So when the alarm goes off, get up. When the idea strikes, write it down. When the opportunity appears, take it. Don't overanalyze. Don't hesitate. You will never regret moving forward. Only standing still. Action doesn't just build results, it builds belief. When you act, you tell yourself, I am capable. When you hesitate, you tell yourself, I can't. Every choice shapes your identity, so move. Build the identity of a doer, not a dreamer. Remember this, you don't wait for power, you create it. You build it with every disciplined act, every completed task, every challenge you refuse to run from. The strongest people are not the ones who never doubt. They're the ones who keep moving through doubt. Action turns uncertainty into mastery. It turns fear into courage. It turns weakness into strength. The world moves for those who move. Every second of hesitation is a step away from greatness. Every moment of action is a step toward it. Hebrew. So make this your rule. When your mind hesitates, your body moves. Don't wait for motivation. Don't wait for signs. Don't wait for someday. Start now. Because once you begin, you'll feel it. The surge, the energy, the power that only movement creates. Ibrak Pao. ER is not in the thought. It's not in the intention. It's in the action. Ibraro, move first. Think later. Act always. You will feel pain either way. The pain of effort or the pain of regret. One builds you, the other destroys you. The choice is yours every single day. Yibruwi, no one escapes pain. Not the weak, not the strong, not the rich, not the poor. Life demands a price from everyone. You either pay in sweat now or you pay in sorrow later. The pain of effort is temporary, but the pain of regret lasts forever. Effort asks for your energy. Regret takes your soul. When you push yourself, When you grind, when you discipline your mind, yes, it hurts. It burns, it exhausts you. You'll question yourself, doubt yourself, and sometimes even hate the process. But that pain has purpose. It's a builder. It's shaping you into something greater. On the other hand, the pain of regret is different. It's silent, cold, and permanent. It visits you in the quiet moments when you realize you could have been more, done more, lived more, but didn't. That pain doesn't build. It breaks. Eber, the truth is simple. You will suffer, but you get to decide how. The pain of effort happens in motion. It makes you move forward, grow, and expand. The pain of regret happens in stillness. It chains you to the past and keeps you stuck in what could have been. When you choose effort, you suffer once and grow forever. When you choose comfort, you escape pain now only to drown in it later. Most people spend their lives avoiding discomfort. They seek the easy path, the smooth road, the shortcut. They say, I'll start tomorrow, I'll try later, I'll do it when I feel ready. But what they don't realize is that every skipped opportunity compounds into regret. Every time you choose comfort over commitment, you feed that future pain, the one that whispers, what if? The pain of effort is honest. It's up front. You feel it when you wake up early, when you push through fatigue, when you stay disciplined while others relax. It's the burn in your muscles, the sting of focus, the exhaustion of giving your all. But behind it lies pride, the quiet confidence of knowing you're earning your future. Hebrew. The pain of regret, though, is a thief. It steals your peace, your confidence, your joy. It's the weight that sits on your chest when you see someone living the life you could have built. It's the voice that says you had your chance. And there's no escaping it once it arrives, because time never gives second chances. Every success story is written in the ink of effort. Every failure story is stained with regret. The difference between the two is not intelligence, not talent, not opportunity. It's pain management. The successful choose their pain wisely. They take the short-term sting of effort to earn the long-term comfort of achievement. The unsuccessful trade short-term comfort for lifelong frustration. You have to decide which pain is worth it. When your alarm goes off at dawn, that's a choice. When the workout hurts, that's a choice. When the work feels endless, that's a choice. Every time you push, you're choosing the pain that builds. Every time you stop, you're choosing the pain that breaks. Discipline doesn't eliminate pain, it redirects it. It transforms the energy of struggle into strength. Every repetition, every challenge, every sacrifice becomes a deposit into your future power. And one day, when others are haunted by the ghosts of their excuses, you'll be free. Because you paid your dues in effort, not in regret. Hebrew, think about it. Have you ever regretted trying? Even when you failed, even when it hurt, even when you stumbled, you walked away stronger. But you've regretted not trying, haven't you? The missed opportunity, the unspoken word, the dream you let die, that kind of regret eats you alive. You can recover from failure. You cannot recover from the life you never lived. The pain of effort is a sign that you're in the fight. It means you're alive, growing, evolving. T means you're choosing to matter. Regret is the mark of surrender, proof that you let the moment pass. So when it hurts, remind yourself, this is the good pain. This is the pain that builds champions. This is the pain that forges legacy. Let it burn. Let it test you. Let it carve away your weakness. Because on the other side of that pain lies freedom. The freedom to look back and say, I gave everything. Every great one you admire, the athletes, the leaders, the builders, they've all felt the pain of effort. They've all faced days when quitting felt easier. But they chose to endure. They traded comfort for growth, excuses for results, fear for action. And because they did, they never have to wonder, what if I had tried?
Wow. So that is Napoleon Hill, Force Yourself to Get Things Done. That's the title of it. There's actually 38 minutes left. So we'll finish it up a little bit later before it gets out of hand, because I want to make sure you don't forget this. Do y'all get it? We got to talk about discipline, movement, stuff we've focused on a lot, but I do want to make the one part very clear. Yes, exactly. You guys know nobody is escaping pain, right? Because again, I know some people are like, why are you talking about this? What is this? Again, think about it. I'm talking to all of you every day. Some of you are doing good. Some of you are doing bad. Some of you are in the middle. I don't even know what some of y'all are doing. Doesn't matter. Everybody is going to pay with pain. Doesn't that sound scary? I don't think it does. I think it's reality. Pain comes either way. Nobody escapes it. Effort takes energy. Regret takes your soul. It's simple. Every single one of us is going to suffer in some way, shape, or form at some point in our life, throughout life. You understand that, right? It's very simple. That's why. This is why it's the key. Manage your time and change. My brother, we get to choose which pain we are going to have. That is the key. That's the free will. That's the beauty. You get to choose your pain. Do you want it now or do you want it later? That's it. That's the real question. Think about it. My brother, some of you had to deal with you're going to watch people do stuff. You're going to watch the evil go and do a lot of things. Again, but what's going to happen? You could avoid the pain now. That price tag, the payment is due, my brother. That's why some of y'all, your future self is thanking you. You know why? Because he's like, wow, thank God you paid that up front. That's it, the long term. That's one of many things that you're going to choose to pay now or pay later. You deal with the pain now, you deal with the slowness, you deal with working, the grind, all of it. It's better to do that now than have to have it later. You can escape and avoid the pain now, but that tag is coming later, bro. Nobody's escaping it. The sooner you wrap your head around this, the sooner you're going to understand why it's so important, bro. The sooner you're going to start moving. You're going to want to move. Like, do you see the big lie that everybody has? This like lie. That's why social media is fake. That's why everybody, all the movies, you name it. This idea that there's going to be no pain. That's not true. It shows up some way, shape, or form. Everybody is going to suffer in something. You do get to choose when you pay it. Man, there was a lot of them. Do it now. That's why action is so important. That's how he started it all. He said, do it now. You don't wait for motivation, you manufacture it. The pain of discipline, it only lasts for a few minutes at a time. Regret is a lifetime. You got to take out a little bit of your check for the future. You're going to have to deal with that pain now. You blow your money now, you blow all the time, this opportunity, that's going to hit you on the back end. Every time you delay, it weakens your spirit. Every time you finish, that's literally sharpening your will. It's just like going to the gym. That first, like I've told y'all, if you ain't never worked out, go to the gym, bro. It's going to be terrible. Even little 5-pound weights, 10-pound weights, it's going to feel like you're getting clapped. And then every time you go back in there, it gets easier and easier. It's the same thing with everything else. Same thing with discipline, same thing with delay. This is one I wrote down when he said, I loved it. That's why, dude, there's so many to write down. That's why I did want y'all to hear all this. We'll finish it too tomorrow. But I want to make sure, don't let that, the problem with so much It's easy to let this go in one ear, out the other. He says so many things there, it's so easy to miss it. And I hope you see what some of the goal is. I love it because Napoleon Hill has a lot of good stuff. Again, your mind, your thinking. But do you guys get the point? You got to do more than just think. Thinking is the prerequisite. Thinking is what is going to unlock everything. Again, you can't do it unless you know. But now you know. But now you got to move. You don't need permission. You need direction. Can I do this? Can I do that? Can I do this? You need direction. You don't need permission. As long as you direct the energy, direct your time, direct the pain, you're going to figure it out. Everything, it'll work. There's no permission. There's no do this, do that. Just get in the right direction. Direct yourself. Manage. That's all you need. This is one of my favorite. This is one of my favorite, brother. You don't need to wait for a spark. You become it. That's what I look to see next year. Right now. I want to see y'all become the spark. You don't need a stream. You don't need anything. You don't need any sort of content. You don't need anything except you, brother. How many times have I told you? The light is inside you. The Lord is with you. Imagine that. You get all of this stuff. You get to know the truth about how all this works in life. Pain now, pain later. Movement, current, you name it. And then you got God. Are you serious? The spark is in you. You become the spark. You don't get that every single morning, every single day, every single decision. Your mind is going to have a lot of different options. You get to be the catalyst. That's the crazy part. You are the spark. You understand this once, your whole life will change. Success is not given. It is forced out of resistance. Oh, I went to the market. I'm successful. No, you're not. It's not going to happen. Oh, my brother. Every time you force the good things, you choose, and you're forcing it out of resistance, now you're going to get success. Resist the bad path, resist the gobstoppers, you name it, brother. That's where success comes from. You are going to force it out of resistance. That means everybody could get it. All of you have the same ability. The question is, are you actually going to keep sparking and pursuing every time there's resistance? You're going to get resistance from your body, from when you wake up, your schedule, all these different things. You continue to be the spark and pursue. My brother, that's where success is going to be born. Success is not given. It is forced out of resistance. Momentum comes through discipline. I love this. You know why? Ask me right now. You say, Josh, how do I get back on this? How do I do this? If I failed at this, how do I keep losing on this? How do I make sure I do? Momentum. How many times have I told you momentum? Fear hates momentum. You can't tell me that there's a monster under my bed if I keep starting to look under my bed and I keep making movement. There's nothing there. There's a monster in the closet, but don't go walk towards it. Because if I keep walking towards it and I open it up and I see there's no monster, how can I be afraid? Momentum. Momentum comes through discipline. So if you're wondering, you're like, well, how do I get momentum then? So if I can't get started, I don't get this spark, where does it come from? It's going to come through discipline. Start waking up early. You get disciplined on that, you're going to create momentum. Go, bro. Save your 10% 4 times, 3 times, 2. Get some momentum, my brother. Watch what's going to happen. You stay disciplined. Momentum doesn't just show up. It does not. It shows up through discipline. You get it in order. You stay disciplined to it. Little by little. Before you know it, you're going to have momentum. And with more momentum, there's less fear. It makes a lot of sense. Maybe this will be the real one. Yes, the emotions are. I'm glad you said that because this is the one I have written down. Emotions protect you. They do not progress you. You get it? My brother, emotions will protect your comfort. Emotions will protect how you feel. They're not going to progress you. You want progress? You're going to have to override the emotions. You want progress? Discipline is going to get you momentum. Discipline is going to get you progress. Emotions are going to keep you safe. I don't want to get hurt. I don't want to feel sad. I don't want to deal with failure. Again, we're all going to feel it. We're all going to pay with pain. Every single one of us here, even the people not listening. That's how the world works. Find me one person who hasn't had any pain. You're either paying it now or you're going to pay it later. Yeah, Zoom is popping. Emotions protect you. They do not progress you. Doubt doesn't mean you won't succeed. Right? Yeah, I'm scared. Doubt's trying to tell you something, trying to protect something, but that doesn't mean it knows the conclusion. Fear does not mean you should stop. Fear means it's important. You choose discipline over emotion, you will make progress. I don't know, man, if you know this. Discipline is not a punishment. It's funny because when we're younger, we think that. I don't know, for a long time, I had very strict parents. I thought discipline really was a punishment. It's self-respect. Especially now, y'all adults. Y'all adults, you got your own life. You're going to go into whatever you want. Again, we all got a pain bill we're going to have to pay. Discipline is just self-respect. It is the highest duty to yourself. Power doesn't exist till the current moves. That one kind of blew my mind. Again, how does electricity work? It has to move. There's a current. Like water. Current. No movement, no power. No movement, no energy. That's why I said I like this one. He said you cannot think your way into confidence. You guys know that, right? Let me tell you this. It's going to be a good day. That hits way better when you wake up in the morning. You know why? Because you're not just thinking it. That hits way better when you're like, man, it's a good day. You're getting all your work. You're getting prepared. You understand? You cannot think your way into confidence. It needs actions. That's why I got another one I'm going to show for you, but the world knows. You know that, right? Every time you think something, you giving out an energy, bro. You signaling something. You could say whatever you want. You could talk with confidence, talk all these things. That's not the real energy and power. The world will know. People will know. Like, you never had that? You never encountered people? They said all the right words, but you still like, nah, something's weird. Or there's people, they ain't really say the right words, but you're like, nah, I like it. There's something about it. There's an energy behind it. I think that's what this is, bro. You can't think your way into confidence. It needs actions, movement. You cannot steer a parked car. I'm gonna be the best driver. Then put the car in drive. It's like, for real. You cannot steer a parked car. Steering doesn't matter if there is no movement. And my favorite, clarity comes after you move. I don't know what's gonna happen. Make a move, you'll figure it out. You want real confidence, it's gonna come after you move. Every single step, every stone, my brother, keep throwing it. It's going to bring you more and more clarity. You could talk about it all day, but without any movement, it's gonna bring nothing. See, this has been a big one. We've talked about this the whole time. You don't need to be fast. You don't need to be perfect. But you do need to move. Don't care where you go after the fence. I don't care if you go left, right, up, down. It does not matter. What matters is you move and get off the fence. Some of y'all, I've been telling y'all, make ideas. Come up with something. Pursue it. You know why? I don't think they're all going to work. I don't think you're going to get a one-hit wonder, brother. Oh, but you're going to get clarity. You're going to move. Something's going to happen after the movement. You are going to fail. You are going to make mistakes. You know that, right? You don't need to be fast or perfect. You're going to make a move, bro, and it's going to bring something. Sometimes it's failure. But it doesn't matter because it's going to come with clarity. And if you have to pay a payment on it, guess what? At least you paid it now rather than later. You go through it now, it's going to sharpen something. You go wait for it later, it's going to drain something. Your brain, if you do not get into the habit of moving, your brain is going to come up with so many excuses. Very simple. You don't need to play the what if. Stop asking what if. Start asking what's next. Oh, I love it. I don't even know which one's my favorite. Yeah, Trump is making comments. I'm almost done here. We'll play him after this. Actually, I only got two more. Two more that I written down. Mind hesitates. Your body moves. Don't wait for motivation. Don't wait for signs. Just make a move. This is the one I'll leave it on. You don't wait for power, you create it. All of you are very powerful if you put all of this into play. You're going to wait for something. I got to get this to be this. I got to do that. You could do it right now. You will create the power, brother. You act, you make these movements. Now, no, you don't just say confident. You actually move and create real confidence. You choose discipline over emotion. You direct everything. My brother, that's the power right there. Some of y'all are in a quarter. Give me 3 months with this. You take this Philo right now, even without listening to the rest. And you finish the rest of your day, you wake up with this same behavior, brother. In 3 months, you're going to be shocked at the power that you have in what you do. I guarantee you'll be unrecognizable. Especially if all you've done is wait and delay. And again, the pain is coming either way. That's the beautiful part about it. I love this. Life is fair, brother. You saw somebody get their pain. They're like, they have no pain. It's coming later. Oh, they have to go through that. Guess what? They're going to have less pain down the line. Everybody, no one's escaping it. So you're going to suffer. You just get to choose how. Take that to the bank. That is your philosophy, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure, guys, are subscribed. We're live Monday through Friday, 30 minutes before open. Drop your thumbs up on the video. God bless America. And here's your president, Donald J. Trump. Another round table. Oh, man. Okay. Thank you, Josh.
We're working
Movement.
on huge trade deals already, securing $60 billion in agricultural purchase commitments. And, Biden made none. He didn't make any trade deals having to do with the farmers or any of it. It's crazy. China committed. He was the worst president in the history of our country, by the way, in case anybody has any questions. China committed to over $40 billion of soybean purchases, and that's a commitment. And I asked President Xi if he could even up it, and I think he'll do that. I mean, not a commitment. The $40 billion is a commitment, but the soybean farmers are quite happy. Since my successful meeting in South Korea with President Xi, purchases have been made and soybeans are being exported out of the United States to China as we speak. And I say that our soybeans, I told this to President Xi, our soybeans are more nutritious than competitors. Somebody said, is that a Trump statement or is that real? In fact, you know who asked me that question? President Xi asked me that question. He said, really, I had never heard of it. And he was a food purchaser for a long time. But that's what I hear. And Japan agreed to $8 billion in purchases of corn, soybeans, ethanol, fertilizer, aviation, biofuel, and rice. Japan never bought rice from anybody else. It's like a very important thing to them. And they agreed to buy rice, okay?
Absolutely.
So I also proudly signed into law the largest tax cuts in history, and the one big beautiful bill, the monumental tax relief bill that is benefiting very, very strongly, benefiting the American farmer. And I think also for farmers, we have, as you know, and we got this, the estate tax, or the death tax as they call it, on farmers, on small businesses. You don't have to pay it anymore. A lot of farms would you love your children, and your children are great, and they want to be farmers, and you leave the farm and your children, and a lot of farms are sort of cash poor, land rich, cash poor, and the kids would go to the local bank or to any bank, and they'd borrow money to pay the estate tax, and they'd end up losing the farm. They go bankrupt, and a lot of debt too. Literally. Because they love their farm and they love their business and they love that way of life, they end up committing suicide. A lot of suicides. We have no more estate tax. How about that? Do you have children?
I do.
Well, let them know. Now, if you love your children, then it's good. If you don't love your children, you don't have to leave them anything. It doesn't matter what I just said.
They're still young. I still love them.
I have a feeling you love them.
I still love them.
I have a feeling you love your children. But the estate tax is a very big thing, so you don't have estate tax. You die, you leave your farm or whatever, or small business to your children, you don't have to pay estate tax. It seems to affect the farmer more than anybody else, because you can have a farm that's very valuable, and therefore you have to pay a big tax, but it's not a big value in terms of cash. Maximizing domestic farm production is a big part of how we will make America affordable again, and bring down grocery prices for American families. And again, these are prices that we inherited. When I left, we were doing incredible. In 4 years, what they've done to this country in so many, and not even mentioning the border and the criminals allowed into our country and all of the others. So I just want to say it's a tremendous honor being with you. I'd now like to ask Secretary Rollins to provide some of the details, followed by Secretary Bessent, Director of the National Economic Council, Kevin Hassett, Senator Bozeman, Representative Scott, and then we go to a couple of the farmers' representatives, but we'll all get involved a little bit. You can speak. Anybody is shy to speak in front of the press, and I don't blame you if that's the case, but farmers, Court, Holub, and Merrill Kennedy will say a few words also, and then we'll have a little discussion, okay? Madam Secretary.
Thank you to the greatest boss in the world for a long time now. It's just an honor to be here. I'm going to keep my comments very short because I really want to make sure that you and the world gets to hear from our farmers. So a couple of quick points. Number one, this country and our farm economy is facing a crisis that we inherited that most of these farmers have not seen in their lifetime. Profitability is down. It's just one crisis after another. When we came into office, sir, when you did and you were sworn in on January the 20th, as you mentioned, not one new trade deal had been struck in 4 years. The cost of inputs for our farmers, fertilizer up 36%, manual labor up 47%, interest rates up 73%. When you combine the cost of inputs for our farmers married to no new trade deals, and then you're facing an administration whose priorities were DEI, climate change, putting the farmer aside. I mean, it was an absolute war on agriculture and on our rural communities. That all changed on January 20th. So as, sir, we are working, and you have been just so resolute. I mean, these are our people. Rural America is the fabric of our country. This is the way of life that preserves the American dream for the next 250 years as we celebrate the first 250 years. So we began to go to work immediately. What these elected officials sitting across from us did with the One Big Beautiful Bill, with a lot of help and direction from you, was the largest investment in rural America in any of our lifetimes. We will begin to see that effectuated next year in 2026. As we have fought to bring input costs down, you have talked about, and even this weekend did an executive order, signed one, on looking into the reason that so much of these costs have been driven up over and over. Equipment, again, fertilizer, seed, et cetera, et cetera. We have to make sure we understand why that is. And then the continuing of the additional trade deals across the world. And no longer will America be held and beholden to the regime of other countries' tariff infrastructure. Instead, we are moving our products out across the world. Having said that, and we have been listening to the farmers for the last 10 months, 11 months, sir, that the bridge that is needed to get from the last administration and what basically happened under the last president and the last U.S. Department of Agriculture to this new golden age for farmers, where instead of farming for government checks, they can farm to feed their family and sell their products and pass it on to the next generation, that this bridge is absolutely necessary based on where we are right now. So as the president said, we are very pleased to announce that today we are going to be effectuating an $11 billion bridge payment to our farmers. The money will move by February 28th of 2026, but by the end of this month, so just in the next couple of weeks, every farmer that is able to apply for it will know exactly what that number looks like. So as you are going to your lender, as you are working to ensure and understanding what you can plant for next year, you will have that number in hand. And we will continue to talk to our farmers, continue to understand exactly what this looks like and what is necessary. The final thing I'll say is
12 billion.
Well, we're holding $1 billion back. So today we are announcing $11 billion. We are holding $1 billion back just to ensure that we are covering. So today's announcement covers all of our row crops, but some specialty crops and others that we are still working with to best understand where they are in the farm economy and ensure that we're making every forward-moving position that we need to. And then finally, as we move to this new golden age for agriculture and for rural America, as we continue to fight for these farmers and ranchers, their way of life, and those that are represented here represent hundreds of thousands of farmers across this country. Just know that this president,
NVS took a stick on that turn. Turn got halted, leukemia drug, but then NVS took a little one.
Farmers,
if that's big enough, that'll continue.
So we will never stop fighting. We will make sure that we're doing everything we can to ensure the next 250 years is just as bright, if not brighter, than the last. So thank you, sir.
Brooke. Thank you. And this money would not be possible without tariffs. The tariffs are taking in, hundreds of billions of dollars, and we're giving some up to the farmers because they were mistreated by other countries for, I don't know, maybe right reasons, maybe wrong reasons. They weren't. They were trying to show us something, and it's really worked out really well. But because of the tariffs, this is possible. The other thing I'd like to add before going to Scott, and I think it's very important, we're going to also give the tractor companies, John Deere and all of the companies that make the equipment, we're going to take off a lot of the environmental restrictions that they have on machinery. It's ridiculous. I know because I buy a lot of that machinery for different things. We have a lot of big clubs with, you know, hundreds, thousands.
That's
of
why
acres.
you had the deer front
And
run
I buy
earlier.
a lot of stuff.
It went
And
down on that,
you
but
buy it, it's-
remember
it's
we
got
saw
so much
deer popping
equipment
out of
on it
nowhere
for
when it was a little bit more boring?
It doesn't do anything, except it makes the equipment much more
Then
expensive.
budget deficit
and much more
155
complicated
billion.
to work.
CBO estimate
And it's not as
deficit.
good as the old days. And we're going to take a lot of that nonsense off of the equipment, which is going to reduce, and we're going to do it, and we're going to say you're going to reduce the prices. We're not going to do it and they're not going to reduce. They're going to have to reduce their prices because farming equipment has gotten too expensive. And a lot of the reason is because they
feel.
put these
Yeah, it's backfiring.
environmental excesses
Oh, they had a
on the
revenue update
equipment,
earlier?
which don't do a damn thing except make it complicated, make it
That's right.
impractical. And you really have to be, in many cases, you need about 185 IQ to turn on a lawnmower. Now, so we're going to
bro,
take
I
that
learned
off,
the other
that
day, like
crap
a
off
skid
that they
steer.
put on Biden
Like, even the
mostly.
like stand-up ones, if they
And,
tip over,
we're gonna take
you
that
can't
off.
just
So
tip them
that's
back
gonna make a
over.
big- that'll bring
'Cause
down
the
farm-
oil will, like, fuck
equipment
up the
prices
engine.
a lot.
That's right.
And we're going to do that immediately. You're going to work with Lee Zeldin, who's not here. He's doing a fantastic job, and Lee is going to work that out. And that would be most of it. It's crazy. The machines, they're always under repair because they're so complicated that you can't fix them. The old days you used to fix it yourself. Now you can't do that. You have to be a PhD from, let's say, MIT. Okay, so we're going to get that done. Scott, please go ahead.
Good. Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you to the farmers to join us today. And I will tell all of you here that when either in person or when we are on a call with President Xi, the first thing the president asking for is more soybean purchases. We don't talk about geopolitics. We don't talk about trade. It's about soybean
We don't even
purchases.
say hello. We immediately start. Soybean. We start with the soybean, please.
Could you do a little? It's always could you do a little more? So, and I think President Xi has heard President Trump. This group represents an American way of life that has fed our nation and its spirit for hundreds of years. You are the caretakers of the most productive agricultural country on earth. You drive hundreds of billions of dollars in exports, support millions of jobs, and keep America's economy running strong. And this administration is committed to keeping it that way. By putting farmers first, President Trump is ushering in a new golden age for agriculture. The President's $11 billion relief package for America's farmers comes at a critical time. These direct payments will give producers the breathing room they need to market this year's harvest and plan for next season. This serves as a liquidity bridge during a period of adjustment, supporting the strongest agricultural sector in the world. Add this to President's success in reining in Biden-era inflation. Thanks to the administration's pro-growth policies, input costs like fuel and fertilizer are easing, and credit conditions are improving. Interest rates are coming down, helping farmers prepare for the next harvest. President Trump scored a massive victory for America's farmers when he secured an arrangement with President Xi and Busan to reopen China's markets to U.S. agricultural exports, especially soybeans, sorghum, and other commodities. Under this framework, China committed to purchase at least 12 million metric tons of U.S. soybeans this growing season, followed by a minimum of 25 million tons annually for the next 3 years. And it's not just China. At the President's direction, Treasury, USTR, and the Department of Commerce have secured supplemental purchases of U.S. agricultural goods in major trade agreements across the world to open new markets to America's farmers. The One Big Beautiful bill also delivered
Mine's even coming up a
transformative
little bit.
benefits for America's small
I'm
farmers.
doing a stretch,
They
man.
locked in full expensing for farm
I don't think it'll
equipment
take another
and
3
100%
hours.
expensing
And then
for
power hour
farm
at 9
structures
minutes.
built during the President's term. I believe Representative Scott and a group in the House, we were originally just going to do factories, and they called us and said, you need to do farm structures too, and the President said, we're all in. And it extended and enhanced much needed relief from the punishing death tax, giving family farms greater certainty as they plan for the next generation. Mr. President, thank you for putting America first by putting your farmers first. Through pro-growth, pro-farm agenda, you are ushering in a new golden age of American agriculture, and Treasury is proud to help in this.
Thank you, Scott. You know what we'll do? We're going to go a little faster because the last meeting we had was 3 hours. We're the most transparent group, so if we can go faster, it'll be great. And then we'll take some questions from the fake news. Is that okay? All right. Kevin, go real fast, Kevin.
Yeah, I could go really fast, sir. Yeah. Sir, the farm economy, you always ask me to just get a few numbers to put it in perspective. And as I've
Is that our
looked
new
through
Fed chair?
the incredible performance of these people
It
that
is.
work
Look
so
at it.
hard.
Oh my,
and are
you got the same ball spot as me?
for keeping communities
Oh, I fuck. You
alive.
see how he got
The thing
that ball
struck
spot in
me
the. Oh,
most,
fuck yeah.
because you and I were here in the White House.
Honestly,
for
vote
a
him in right now. I
is
fuck
that
with it.
during those
He nerdy, got the
COVID
ball
times,
spot. This
farm
guy.
production didn't go down.
Ah.
Like these farmers, they went to work every day and they produced so much. But then Joe Biden came in, so we had COVID, and farm production didn't go down. And then Joe Biden came in,
Nah,
and
bro,
he
I vibe.
really wrecked the farm economy. And so
Sounds nice. Well, yeah.
during Biden's term, 150,000 farms closed, sir. 150,000 farms closed after we went through COVID and we didn't have a problem. Now, why did we do it? Why were we able to do that? I'm going fast. The first is that, do you know that expenses for farms fell 5% while we were here because of all the things that we did, expensing and everything else? But under Joe Biden, they went up 13% because of all the regulations, energy, everything else. But the thing that really jumped out at me the most is because you had high growth and low inflation. Interest expense for the farm economy fell $120 million per year while you were there in the White House. But under Joe Biden, it increased by $8 billion per year. And so you wonder why it is that we need this $11 billion, maybe $12 billion to build a bridge loan to America's farmers. It's because we know how to fix it, but there really was a hole that was dug in the previous administration. Thank you. Hope this passed enough time.
Good. That was quick. That's good. Appreciate it. Senator? Please.
Yes, sir. No, thank you so much. Thank you for convening us this great announcement and all your hard work for farmers. I think I was reading the clips, and I think yesterday you talked about, Mr. Secretary, about farmers needing certainty, and which is so true. This bridge note is one of those things that provides certainty. I also, as I was reading that, thought to myself, the one thing that farmers can be certain of is the fact that you've got their back, and you proved that through the years in the last administration and now this. I was giving a presentation to the Senate a while back, and I was talking about us having the cheapest, safest food supply of any place in the world. It's not just about the farmers in rural America. And so Marco Rubio was sitting by me prior to coming over here and becoming the great Secretary of State. But he punched me and said, "John, always remind him," he was head of the Committee on Intelligence, and he punched me. He said, "Always remind them, food security is national security." So this is important for so many different reasons. And again, I appreciate you for recognizing that, not only now, but when you were campaigning in your first election, how you treated the farmers in your first administration, and now stepping up. So we look forward to helping you. If we need some additional help, looking to Congress or whatever, we'll be there for you. So
We're taking in so much money with the tariffs now that it's such a pleasure. Without it, we wouldn't be able to help you. We're making our country, we're the richest country in the world now. And, we have a big decision. Hopefully we're going to get the right decision. It's such a big thing in the Supreme Court right now. We have a lot of bad people opposed to us, people that hate our country. Other countries are involved, some real sleazebags that I know, political sleazebags. And they're trying to take that away from us. And we have other methods, but they're not as powerful. They're not as quick. Some of the wars that I solved wouldn't have been solved using those methods. So it's a very important thing, the tariff. The decision of the Supreme Court's a very important thing. And Scott, we can do it other ways, but it's slow and it's cumbersome, and it doesn't have the power. It doesn't have the national security power that we have. So I hope we're going to be successful. That's all I can tell you. Austin, please. Thank you, John.
First of all, President, thank you for the selection of Brooke Rollins as Secretary of Agriculture. That was a big first step.
You want to keep her?
Absolutely.
Can I
Absolutely.
butt in and second that? She's not only her, but her staff does a tremendous job.
I agree.
And,
remember eggs? Remember we came in and
Absolutely.
the people in the media, I'm going to be nice. people in the media were 3 days into offices, you right? They say egg prices are up like 90%, more than that. And I said, I just got here. I didn't know about it. Anyway, she got those prices down to below what they were before. She's doing a great job. Now beef is starting to come down, and some other things are starting to come down. Again, we inherited these problems, but we're getting them down. Go ahead, please.
She's a fact-based decision maker, and the egg issue is where I learned about her. She said, we're not going to use a vaccine that doesn't work. We're going to develop
time to repeat the egg story.
And that is 100% what it takes, and so we have to make decisions based on facts. And President Trump, the trade issues, I want to thank you for exposing what other countries are doing to us.
Yep.
I want to mention one specifically for the benefit of Kevin and Scott. I hope they're paying attention to it, but the European Union deforestation regulation, where they are imposing on our landowners rules that were established for Brazil, and now they're telling the American farmer what they can and can't do on their own land through this European Union deforestation regulation.
What does that tell? Explain that.
They are telling the American farmer that if their timber is cut and they are going to use that land for pasture land or for production agriculture, that they will not take the timber or the byproducts from the sale of that timber. And I have talked with James a little earlier about we need to make it clear to Europe, Mr. President.
If you could give me a 2-paragraph statement on that, I will give that to them, and they will do what they have to do.
Yes, sir.
We're always helping them, and they do this kind of stuff. And they pass little regulations that cost billions of dollars. It takes them 2 minutes to do it. They do it. Very tough. No good. You give me a couple of paragraphs. That's all. We don't have to do a lengthy study, and I'll get that changed fast. Okay?
Thank you very much, President. We love you.
It's incredible. It's incredible. Every day it's something else.
A country that can't feed itself doesn't know what freedom is. And so thank you for making sure that our farmers have the tools that they need so that we as a country can feed ourselves.
Well, just what you said to me about, the European Union. Now, that guy's the European Union, right? We have to be able to act quickly with tariffs. We can't just, go to a committee, go to a study that takes 7 months and talk. We got to be able to act quickly. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
John?
So, thank you. I think that's the message from Farm Country is thank you very much. In the Working Family Tax Relief Act, or as my young staffers call it, OB3, there is a tremendous amount for farmers and ranchers. You mentioned the credit as far as estate tax, which is so important. You analyzed it just right. But also in there, we enhanced ARC and PLC, which is a countercyclical safety net, thanks to the strong leadership of Senator Bozeman and our colleagues in the House. But we also included the Farmer Act, which was my bill to make crop insurance more affordable. These tools will kick in next year, Mr. President, in a big, big way for our farmers. Big time. And people aren't even really looking at it yet. But it's going to be a very big deal. So today is all about bridging to get there. And I want to thank Secretary Bassett and Jameson Greer. They're tremendous. And they're negotiating hard out there for farmers and ranchers. And I know it's because you're setting the tone. But this is that bridge. And so we need to come back to Secretary Rollins. Thank you. Your leadership on this was vital. And Mr. President, you're right, they love you in Farm Country out there. All you have to do is drive out and see the flags and
signs all over the fields.
On the hay bales, right?
It's a great honor. They're great people, the best people.
This is really important. Really important for our farmers and ranchers. Thank you very much.
You're doing a great job too, John. Thank you. And whatever we need, we get through the Senate, we get through the House. We'll get it done. I think we'll start maybe with Court Hollow, and you come from a place that I'm very happy with.
I hail from the great state of Iowa. I'm surrounded here by some of the greatest farmers in the area, and from across the country. Anything from rice farmers, we've got all sorts of cotton farmers, everything. Everything is here represented so well. And first off, from me, I want to say thank you for this bridge payment. It's Christmas early for farmers. And just to kind of have an icebreaker here for the story, I've got a 2-year-old little boy at home. 2-year-old little boy and a 4-month-old little girl. And the other day I was reading my little boy a story at night, putting him to bed, and he said, "Daddy, I don't want Santa Claus to come to our house for Christmas. I want President Trump. and I think, Mr. Trump, I think you brought Christmas to farmers. With this bridge payment, we'll be able to farm another year, help us get by. It's such an honor to be here with you. I lost my grandfather and our hired hand in 2002 in a farming accident. And he instilled in me at an early age to love the land, to take pride in what we do.
Was that a machine accident?
It was a machine accident. And it gets in your blood to farm. It's in our blood. Despite what happened, I want my 2-year-old to farm. I want my 4-month-old daughter to have an opportunity. And what you're doing here in D.C. is
Did
working.
the fertile? I don't think they really moved too
You
much.
have a backbone.
Deer reacted to
Stand
the
up
lower
to
prices
other
from it.
countries.
That was pretty much
For
it.
trade, you're getting things done. Tax provisions. I'll be able to potentially
And in turn,
pass
I
on
don't
a
know, I
farm
think it's still
to my
halted.
children because of you. Ethanol. You're working for ethanol. Trying to get E15 year-round. We're dealing with California. Prop 12. Let's continue to work on that. I think we can have a lot of domestic product used here in the country, and we can keep America first. And you're good at that. That is who you are. And if we keep that E15, you could have the biggest.
E15 is a big deal?
E15 is a great deal, year-round.
Okay.
You could have the biggest stamp. I did that. Trump did that, and we would thank you. Farmers would love you more than anything if we could continue that. Continue to use domestic product, use the byproducts, and even be able to export to other countries. And so what you've done here, and just having us here in the White House with you, sitting beside the Secretary and all these other great individuals here, what a true honor. And I will take pride in this meeting, and I will take this home for many generations to come. And because of what you're doing, hopefully them generations can stay on the whole of Land Farm.
Well, we're going to bring you into the Oval Office when we're finished, okay? The farmers, nobody else, just the farmers. And we'll take some pictures. Our representatives also. Okay? We have to let them, because they're doing a great job, John and Austin. We appreciate it. You're doing a great job. Meryl, go ahead, please. Tell us about rice.
Rice. Well, thank you, first of all, for inviting me here. And my friend, the secretary, you have an incredible lady right here. She really is. Along with being a mother of 3 and a wife, I run my family's agribusiness, Kennedy Rice Mill, in a little town called Morouge, Louisiana, about 1,000 people in the northern part of the state. We employ around 150 people, taking rice from the field to a finished product, supplying some of the largest food companies that many of you would know here domestically, but also abroad. And my sisters and I, because there is 4 of us, right? I'm the youngest of 4 daughters. Started our own rice brand a few years ago to just tell the story of American agriculture that hadn't really been told before. But I wish I was here under better terms. I'll tell you, I think the rice industry thanks you sincerely for what you have done for the California rice market and to Japan. It has been monumental for our industry. But us in the South are really struggling. I mean, this is not just a crisis. I would say it's almost a market dynamics that really are true in an anti-competitive nature, right? So it follows what you sent out this weekend. And we do believe that countries are dumping rice into this country today. We've never seen imports this great.
Which countries?
India, Thailand, even China into Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico used to be one of the largest markets for U.S. rice. We haven't shipped rice into Puerto Rico in years. So this has been happening for years. This didn't start during your administration, but unfortunately, we're seeing it in a much bigger way now.
I'm just
the
stretching,
tariffs
letting
are
it play.
working,
I don't think it was going to take another 3 hours.
Down because
you want more?
They keep going till like 3:30.
They're cheating, right? They're
they're reiterating.
They're subsidizing, and then
India. Tell me about India. Why is India?
But he said a couple companies, but they didn't really move.
Do they have an exemption on rice?
No, sir. We're still working on their trade deal. So
Yeah, but they should be dumping. I mean, I heard that from others. So you can't do that.
There's a WTO case against India
Give me
right now.
Give me the countries, if you could. Go ahead. India. Who else?
So
Mark it
India,
down. What's your skin?
Yes, sir.
India, Thailand, China into Puerto Rico, not into the continental U.S., but into Puerto Rico. Those are the main culprits.
So Puerto Rico used to do a lot of business, and now you're
100% Puerto Rico was U.S. based.
All right.
And
so
now
easy to
it's-
settle these. Okay.
But there's others too, and I can get you a full list.
Give
as
me
well.
a full list. Yeah.
Of course I can.
All right.
So.
Go ahead.
So truly, this is a national security issue. I think you put it just perfectly. And so I want for all of us in the room to know that rice is more than just a commodity. It's a currency in many of these countries.
And you love rice, right?
I love rice. Yes, I'm going to get you to love rice too. The next time you're not going to have a button for a Coke, you're going to have a button for a rice. But
The farmers love what they do.
yeah,
That's true.
Well, our farmers can feed this nation and many nations abroad, but we need fair trade, not free trade. And so we appreciate what you've done today. We appreciate what you did in the big, beautiful bill. I mean, my word, you really changed reference prices. And, we're hopeful that we can even move that further. I know that rice prices right now are the lowest they've been in over 40 years. So we're going to struggle. We're going to max out on our payments probably. So that's something that I know those in Congress can potentially help us with to change. But again, we appreciate everything you're doing.
That's solved so quickly with tariffs to these countries that are illegally shipping. It's solved. Your problem is solved in one day. That's why we have to win the Supreme Court case. In one day, that problem's solved. It's so unfair. They go out of business. They put everyone out of business. That's what they did to our car industry. We lost more than 50% of our car industry because of that. We lost our chip industry. Went to Taiwan because of that. If you had a president that said, no, you can't do that, it's 100% or 200% tariff on chips if you make them outside of the United, we would have never lost our chip industry. But we're going to have 40 or 50% of it back very shortly because they're all coming in now from Taiwan. They're building chip companies. But it's the same thing with rice. Thank you, Dawn, very much.
Thank you.
Nice. It'll be good. We'll get it solved very quickly. We just need the countries. We just give us the names of the countries.
Yeah.
Tariffs
They
again.
own the
It
largest
solves the problem in 2 minutes.
Yeah, they've bought the largest brands at retail too, right? So they have an incentive to subsidize their products so that they can keep it on the shelf.
Who did that?
Oh, there it is. Turn.
The Indians own
So
it.
watch NVS now.
The two largest brands.
All right, and we'll take care of it. It's
Thank
it's so easy.
How's the leukemia
So,
one?
do you have any questions?
Yes.
Dude, all these
How about keeping it on farming?
Your team answered
Supposed
all of
to
my questions
votes.
on farming, but I do
Something,
have
yeah. Do you have a farm
Mr.
question?
President, in the interest of affordability with this aid package, I assume that that's something you want consumers to see before midterms next year. How quickly will that affect prices at the grocery store?
Well, I think the prices are going to be going down already. I mean, the prices are way down. We brought prices way down from what it was. We inherited high prices. We inherited the biggest inflation in the history of our country. That means prices going up. And we brought it down very substantially. Now inflation is essentially gone. We have it normalized, and it'll go down even a little bit further. You don't want it to be deflation either. You have to be careful. But we brought it way down. We had inflation that was the highest in the history of our country. They say 48 years, but I say the history. 48 years is pretty bad too, right? So we're solving those problems. We're bringing them way down, yeah.
Would you consider MAHA incentives for farmers that go by MAHA guidelines?
Well, a lot of the farmers like those MAHA guidelines, yeah. So, I mean, they do. We like MAHA. How do you feel about
Yeah,
that?
let me answer that. So this is another reason, I didn't mention it, but this is another reason I think that what we're moving into is a golden age for agriculture. As Secretary Kennedy and I, and across our cabinet with the president's leadership, focusing on making America healthy again, the undergirding foundational effort in that is our agriculture industry. It is our farmers and our ranchers. So as the new dietary guidelines come out in early January, where USDA alone spends $400 million a day on nutrition programs, that's a whole other SNAP, fraud, etc. But when you think about what a market mover that is, as we begin to move the market toward more locally produced, American-made, healthier products closer to the schools, the hospitals, etc., you again begin to open up so much of the market for the great products produced by these farmers instead of ultra-processed foods out of a box. So there's a lot that's going to be coming on that as well. I'm really excited.
I have a question. It's not related to farming, but if you'll entertain, I'm Kara from Lindell
Medline
TV.
aims to raise $5.3 billion and be the
And
largest
everybody's
IPO
talking
of the
about the
year.
pipe bomber over the weekend, the suspect that was taken into
Sounds
custody.
small.
I reported on Biden's kangaroo court for 4 years, and this is an important question to me. Everyone knows that J6 was a Fedsurrection to set you and your supporters up. So my question is, what's your gut instinct about the new pipe bomber suspect taken into custody? Does your instinct tell you that he acted alone? And also, Mr. President, how do you feel about the lead prosecutor on the pipe bomber case? Jocelyn Ballantine is the same prosecutor that allegedly asked the J6er to lie to frame you for J6 when you did nothing wrong. What are your thoughts?
Well, thank you. I really appreciate that question. It's sort of a statement, and I appreciate it very much. Jocelyn is being looked at. They all have to be looked at. What they're doing is so bad. This was a whole Democrat hoax. The whole thing was a Democrat hoax, and it's all being looked at. I appreciate that.
Is this the final aid package, Mr. President, or is more expected? Is this the final aid package?
It depends on where we go. China's buying a lot. Other countries are buying a lot. And, you know, the interesting thing about the farm, they don't want aid. They want to just have a level playing field.
No,
I've seen that more with farmers than anybody else, any other industry, right, Deb?
Right.
We've seen it more with farmers where I've had meetings like this, and primarily in the first term, and we did a great job. We turned it around. This is going to be the golden age. But the farmers don't want aid. They want to have a level playing field, because if they have a level playing field, they'll do better than anybody else. They're better than anybody else. Our product is incredible. Our machinery is incredible, right? I mean, we do have the best machines. It's a very big statement I made, though. The environmental excess that we have put onto our tractors and all of our machinery. Do you all agree with that, by the way? You don't know.
It's got to go.
It doesn't do anything except make the machines break all the time.
Yeah.
And I must say, I like to buy old machinery. I said, buy old, because it's better. The new stuff is terrible. It never works. Never works.
Mr. President, you said you would have
Here we go. Listen to this.
Mr. President, you said you would have no problem with releasing the full video of that strike on September 2nd off the coast of Venezuela. Secretary Hegseth now says.
That's you said that. I didn't say that. This is ABC fake news.
You said that you would have no problem releasing the full bit. Okay, well, Secretary Hegseth.
No, whatever Hegseth wants to do is okay with me.
He now says it's under review. Are you ordering the secretary to release that full video?
Whatever he decides is okay with me. So every boat we knock out of the water, every boat we save 25,000 American lives. That was a boat loaded up with drugs. I saw the video. They were trying to turn the boat back to where it could float. And we didn't want to see that because that boat was loaded up with drugs just like everything else. But every boat we shoot down, and I don't know if you know, we're 92 or 94% down in drugs coming in by the sea. And we're trying to find who are the 6%. Because I don't know, people aren't liking to drive boats right now loaded up with drugs. But every single, think of that, every single boat we shoot out, on average, we save 25,000 American lives. Do you feel okay about that, Cord?
Keep us safe.
Okay, I know my man. What about you, Phil? Are you okay with that?
I'm totally fine with that.
Are you committed to releasing the full video?
Didn't I just tell you that?
You said that it was
You're
up
the
to
most
Secretary Hegseth.
obnoxious reporter in the whole place. Let me just tell you, you are an obnoxious, actually a terrible reporter.
Call her
and it's always
fat.
the same thing with you.
Oh, sorry, I don't.
I told you, whatever Pete Hegseth wants to do is okay with me.
On the midterms, and I just have a quick question. There's at least 20.
Do you think they get
House
sad, or
Republicans
do
who
you
have
think
either said
they're
going to
like
retire or not run again?
what do you think?
Do you
And
have any
Democrats
concerns
also.
about the
And Democrats
Right.
also.
Do you have
But
any-
why
Do you
don't
think the
mention them?
reporters get
How
a
many
little
Democrats
sad,
are
or
going
do
to
they just
retire?
have no soul?
How many
Well,
Democrats?
that's what I was going to ask.
No,
you.
but
Do
why
have
don't you
any
tell me the number of
concerns?
Democrats, too? You
Well,
tell
are
me
you
about...
concerned about the narrow margins? And
No, I'm not concerned. I think we're going to do well.
Among them, and,
We will have the
NASA
greatest
candidate
economy.
Blakeman, who you know as well, is considering running for
We're going to have the
governor.
greatest economy in history. How many Democrats are retiring? How come you only know the Republicans but not the
Because
Democrats?
I came prepared to ask you a question about.
No, you're
the head of-
unprepared because you should know the Democrats. You're totally unprepared. Go ahead.
So can I ask you a quick
Who are
follow-up
you with?
about?
Who are you with?
I'm with New York Newsday, and I also have a quick follow-up. Congresswoman Elise Stefanik is among those who is running for
She's
New York
right.
governor.
She's rattled.
She's great.
Bruce Blakeman, who you also know.
He's
is
also
Democrat.
great.
Are you planning on making any
Well,
endorsements
I'll
or
think about
having
it,
any
but
choices?
he's great
there?
and she's great. They're both great people. We have a lot of great people with the Republican Party. Go ahead.
Can I get back to farming?
Yeah.
You talked about the profitability issue,
Damn,
the
she's
machinery
upstairs.
playing a role in that.
Right.
And fertilizer plays another role in that. A
Right.
lot of that, the way I
Texting her
understand
editor
it,
right
it
now.
comes in from Canada, different countries like that. What are we doing to bolster
They're
domestic
like, why didn't you
fertilizer
tell me? How
production
many?
to help make that
Come on,
more
ChatGPT that
affordable?
shit.
And then I think that will
Well,
transition
one
down
of
the
the things,
pipeline.
a lot of it does come in from Canada. And so we'll end up putting very severe tariffs on that if we have to, because that's the way you want to bolster here. And we can do it here. We can all do that here. But I would say what you do, you put very severe tariffs on from coming into other countries. You'll be making your own fertilizer. Right?
In fact, Secretary Burgum, this cabinet is so remarkable. Instead of just seeing each other every month, we're literally talking every day,
Well, you said
multiples of times
fertilizer,
a day.
there it is.
But our
NPR's
Secretary of the
moving.
Interior, I, and Secretary
MLS,
Besson and
they're
others,
reacting a little
we have a whole plan in place, including the reshoring of fertilizer and the opportunity to do it in America. Having said that, we've also, per the President's guidance, issued a directive. These fertilizer companies, the seed companies, the equipment
NPR,
companies, all
MOS.
of the above, as our farmers have struggled year over year, the meat packing companies continue to make a lot of money hand over fist, a lot of foreign owned companies. So that's why the president has been very unequivocal in saying we got to figure out why all these input costs are skyrocketing and all of our farmers are struggling, which we're going to do.
So
That is
when
a
they
great
take
question.
when
and
they
very
take
important.
like fertilizer out of the country, all of a sudden we don't do it anymore. Then they start charging and sending the very high prices from other countries, whether it's Canada or somebody else. We're not going to let that happen. Okay.
On the quality of foreign produce. You spoke about soybeans and how the quality here in the United States obviously is a lot better.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah, is the default of this administration, because that's an issue I understand with root vegetables, citrus as well. Yeah. Is the default of this administration that even if it's a little bit more expensive homegrown, you will choose homegrown over cheaper produce abroad?
I like homegrown. Mm-hmm. Some things we can't grow because we don't have the heat. There are some things, little delicacies or maybe not such delicacies, but they grow better in warmer climates, very warm climates actually. But for the most part, I like homegrown.
Mr. President, thank you. One on this announcement and then one on foreign policy, if I may. Are you open to tapping into tariff revenue again should farmers find they need additional relief to get to that level?
Yeah. And if we're going to make the farmers so strong, and I'm not even talking about financially, because they just want to be able to produce what they can produce, and we're going to make them so strong that it will be indeed a golden age for farmers.
And then on Russia and
we had it going in the first administration, and then Biden came in and ruined everything. They had no idea what they would. They did. I mean, I think they hated the farmer. I love the farmer. That's why I got 94% of the vote from the farmers. But they hated the farmers. I love the farmers. Go ahead.
And then on Russia and Ukraine, obviously your administration has been having talks with each side. Given that there is no peace deal at this point, will your administration stay engaged in those talks to effort a peace deal?
We just want to see people stop from being killed. We don't, as you know, Joe Biden gave them $350 billion. And I gave them nothing. I did give them javelins at the beginning and knocked out a hell of a lot of times. And Obama gave sheets. Remember, Obama gave sheets and I gave javelins. But no, we have a great situation going over there, except for one problem. You got a lot of people dying, and I want to see that stop. So you have mostly Ukrainian soldiers and Russian soldiers. Last month, 27,000 soldiers died, mostly soldiers. A few people from the dropping of a missile in the middle of Kiev or wherever, which is a terrible thing. But mostly soldiers. 27,000 soldiers died last month. That's what I want to see stopped. We, as you know, we now sell equipment to NATO at full price, and NATO takes that equipment and probably gives it to Ukraine. I guess they could give it to others too, but for the most part, give it to Ukraine. And they're working with Ukraine in terms of distribution of equipment, missiles, etc. But we aren't spending money. What we are doing is spending time on a humane basis. We want to see if we can stop the killing of 27. It would have never happened. This war would have never happened if the election weren't rigged. If I were president, this war would have never happened.
If you could talk about the soybean purchases, you've talked a lot, obviously, about China's soybean purchases. Some lawmakers from North and South Carolina have raised concern that U.S. tobacco farmers were told that China would not purchase flu-cured tobacco this year. Has that come up in your conversations at all?
But we're doing well. The tobacco people, because of the deals I made, they're doing very well. But that could be, if it's the case, I can get it solved very quickly.
Do you know, President Trump, let us know how you settled on this $12 billion or $11 billion plus one more $billion figure?
We looked at how they were hurt, to what extent they were hurt. We did a very, steady progression of charts, and we figured out a very exact number, and it was about $12 billion. Okay?
President Trump, if you had one Christmas wish for America besides making American farmers great again, what would it be?
I would say very simply, I go by a statement when people ask that question. Remember that question was asked to Ted Kennedy, and they said, "Well, what are you going to do to make America great?" And he couldn't answer the question. I have a very simple: we're going to make America greater than ever before, and we're going to do it through a series of tariffs, intelligent taxes, and incentives. And our country has never been stronger. We've never had anything like coming in. We have $18 trillion coming into our country right now. There's never been anything like it. And if you ask me that, I'll say I just want to keep doing what I'm doing because there's never been anything like that happen. The biggest number ever in history was $2 trillion, and we're at $18 trillion. This is money pouring into our country on building car plants, on building AI plants. We just want to keep doing exactly what we're doing because nothing like this has ever happened in the history of the world, not just our country. There's never been, Scott, would you say that's right? There's never been anything like the investments coming into America.
So this is a record year. Record year.
Do you support the Paramount deal, sir? On healthcare, Mr. President, 22 million
That's
Americans
why I want to
are
see where the
expected
debt
to see
shit
their
is
healthcare
at.
insurance
Because they have gotten a lot of
premiums start to
commitments. A lot
rise
of them are
by
in
the
the
beginning of
future.
next
But
year.
remember, we talked about that at the beginning of the year.
Yes, well, sir,
This
because
plan
the Obamacare
seems pretty
subsidies are
wild, but if
expiring.
they actually bring in a fuck
Are
ton
you
of
going to do
money.
any?
Because Obamacare is so bad.
What is the Republican plan? Are
Yeah,
you going to let
Deere
that
selling
happen
off.
on your
UNH
watch?
just
What
took a
I'm gonna
candle.
do is, if the Democrats go along with it, which they don't want to because they want to make the insurance companies very rich, okay?
Oh, there it is.
I want the money to be paid to the people to go out and buy their own health care instead of paying to the insurance companies. Their stock has gone up 1,700% in a short period of time. Did you know that? 1,700. You wish your corn went up, right? But the insurance companies, stock has gone up by 1,700%, 1,800%. They're taking in trillions of dollars. I don't want to pay the insurance companies anything, and I know a lot of them, but they're owned by the Democrats, and the Democrats have. Obamacare is a setup to make insurance companies rich. And I want to pay the people, and I want the people to go out and buy their own health care. And that's what we want to do, and that's what the Republicans want to do, because Obamacare is a disaster. And I said it 5 years ago, 4 years ago, 3 years ago, it was always a disaster. It's bad health care that's too expensive for people. And now your premiums, and you said it better than I said it, you said the Obamacare premiums are going to go up. They're going way up. And what I want to do is have the money. And you know who's getting that money? A lot of it is the insurance companies. I want the people to get the money and go out and buy their own health care. And everybody wants that, right? Okay.
When Mr. President's looking at the bill on the floor, sir.
Do you have any reaction on the fine that was imposed to X by the European
For what?
Union? To X, to the platform X, the fine
Wow,
that the
that was
European
pretty
Union
amazing. You're talking about, is that European Union or is it, who did that? European Union or UK?
The European Commission.
Whoa, that's a nasty one.
Do
I
you
don't
consider
know.
it an attack?
Elon has not called me to ask for help in that one. But no, it's a tough thing. I don't think it's right. No, I don't think it's right. I don't see, how they can do that. No, I'm not. I'll speak about it later. I'm going to get a full report on it. Look, Europe has to be very careful. They're doing a lot of things. We want to keep Europe. Europe is going in some bad directions. It's very bad for the people. We don't want Europe to change so much. They're going in some very bad directions. That was a big thing.
You just directed a review of the childhood vaccine schedule, possibly to match what is on par with peer nations in Europe. Would you support ending federal mandates and just making those recommendations for schools?
You're gonna have to say it again.
As far as the vaccine
Louder.
As far as the vaccine schedule for children, would you support ending the federal mandates and making it optional for schools?
Well, we're looking at a lot of things having to do with vaccines and with the different. I think we take like 88 different shots, all wrapped up in one big glass of stuff like that, and we're going to be reducing it very substantially.
Do you support the paramount?
It'll be safe,
bid, Ms.
but we're going to be reducing it very
Do you
substantially.
support the paramount bid for Warner Brothers that
I
came
don't
out this
know
morning?
enough about it.
You spoke about Netflix last night, saying you have concerns about them.
I know the companies very well. I know what they're doing, but I have to see what percentage of market they have. We have to see the Netflix percentage of market, Paramount, the percentage of market. I mean, none of them are particularly great friends of mine. You know, I want to do what's right. And it's so very important to do what's right.
Paramount deal was supported by Jared Kushner, Mr. President. Would that impact your decision?
If Paramount is, I don't know. I've never spoken to him about it. He's really trying to work on Gaza. I think his primary thing is Gaza.
You're making house visits on Christmas Eve, as he suggested. Does the beast need to be fitted with sleigh rails?
You want to answer that question?
Absolutely. We should put sleigh rails on the beast, yes. He is the
support
same.
that?
Go ahead.
That Republican plan that you just talked about when it comes to health care, when do you expect Republicans to put
Oh,
that
we're
on?
looking at it very strongly, and we're also going to the Democrats and asking them to do it. The Democrats want to make the insurance companies rich. They're all paid off by the insurance companies. There's
All right, man,
a
12:30.
tremendous amount of
I think they're gonna end it
insurance company
soon, but
funding goes to Democrats.
It's kind of entertaining with him.
Why don't
sitting
you
on
ask
the
that
board.
question of the Democrats? Because I would love to do it. I'd love all of the money to go to the people. They go to the people. You know, I put that out 2 weeks ago. It became #1 viral. People love it. I want the money to go for healthcare, to go to the people and let the people buy their own healthcare through an account. They can buy their own healthcare. And everybody loves it, except for the Democrats. And you know why they don't? Because they're paid off by the insurance companies. Okay, what else?
Yeah, Alina Habba says she's stepping down as U.S. Attorney for the District of New Jersey after the courts disqualified her. Do you have any comment on that?
Well, she's not disqualified. You've got a blue slip thing that's horrible. It's a horrible thing. It makes it impossible to appoint a judge or a U.S. attorney, and it's a shame. And the Republicans should be ashamed of themselves that they allow this to go on, because I can't appoint a U.S. attorney that's not a Democrat, because they put a block on it. So if you appoint in Virginia or in New Jersey or in California a U.S. attorney or a judge, I mean, a judge situation is ridiculous. The only people that you can get by are Democrats, because they will put a hold on it. If I put up George Washington and Abraham Lincoln to be U.S. attorney in New Jersey or to be U.S. attorney in Virginia, we have Democrat senators, they will not approve them. And this is a gentleman's agreement that's lasted for too long, and it doesn't make it, especially in light of what's going on today, it means you can't appoint a Republican U.S. attorney, and we don't play the same game with them, but they do. And I hope that somebody speaks to Senator Grassley about doing something about the blue slip, because I'm telling you, John, I put up great people, top people, highest education, the best lawyers to be like U.S. attorney, and both senators, it only takes one, but if they're Democrat senators, they say we're not going to approve it. I had a couple of them say, why don't you appoint Democrats? All because Senator Grassley, with his blue slip stuff, will not let anybody go by. By the way, the Democrats have violated the blue slip provision on numerous occasions, but we don't do it. And what it means is, I guess I just have to keep appointing people for 3 months and then just appoint another one. And it's a very sad situation. We're losing we're losing a lot of great people. We have about 7 U.S. attorneys who are not going to be able to keep their jobs much longer because of the blue slip. Because unless, I think I know why they did that, to protect their ass. Okay, that's why they did that. But it should be done away with. I want to be able to appoint the most highly educated, the most respected people. They can't keep their jobs because of the blue slips. Terrible. Okay, thank you very much, everybody. Thank you. The farmers, let's come into the Oval Office. All right, Deb, come on. We're going to go into the Oval Office.
That wasn't bad. It wasn't 3 hours. I think it took actually about an hour. We finished up Philo. I got a nice Q&A. Jimmy Kimmel extends deal with Disney for at least a year. Nice. Jimmy Kimmel, man. He went through so much oppression this year. You know that? That was so inspirational. So inspirational. But yeah, you had a couple of the fertilizer names moved. There was a, what is it, NTR? MOS. You had some biotechs move as well. Turd and NVS. But here we are, Chad. The market was boring. We got to play APLD running up right now, too. There's a couple things here at the close, but yeah, man, just one way or another. I'm on a long term. I'm on a long term, one way. But yeah, no 7 hours to nowhere. We went 7 hours to just dribble down, man. Making my way downtown, selling slow and it's holding. Get a long term. Get a long term. I will save 10% if I can just hold long. Oh man, but we're back, baby. A good Philo. Trump's funny, dude. You know that? It's sad because, like, I know some people, like, what I think is hilarious, they probably like, get really mad about it, and it probably is, like, really upsetting, because, like, I can't imagine it, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't like Joe Biden, but, like, I couldn't imagine Joe Biden. Man, where are you from, you piece of shit? Where are you fucking fake news, stupid bitch? You're terrible. Yeah, you're terrible. You remind me of, You're fucking Amtrak, I tell you. Dignity. You had no dignity. What's wrong with you? You had no dignity. I can't imagine that. I don't know if it'd be as funny. I mean, I guess it is harder to... Yeah. He genuinely is. Comedians consider him funny. I think he's pretty funny, bro. Well, but you're unprepared. How did you not know? Because that's why at first I was like, man, he's being mean, but then he just drops the objective fact. I guess she wasn't prepared. Yeah. Oh, SMG? I don't know. How does Miracle Grow, fit into all of this, actually? Because I looked at Miracle Grow for a little bit. I thought they would have been good for even weed stocks, too. But I don't know. Do farmers use Miracle Grow? I don't think you should have Miracle Grow on, like, shit you eat. Do you? Otherwise, you're going to get fucking, what is that, Agent Orange or some shit? But yeah, that was funny, man. I enjoyed it. It's good, though. Second damn fucking... Dude, we've had 2 of these briefings in the last, like, 2-3 weeks. That's crazy. I'm not used to it. Do you think the farmer made up this story? Where he was like, my 2-year-old said he wanted, my 4-year-old said he wanted Donald Trump for Christmas? I'll be like, come on, man. He said that, really? Are you sure he didn't want, like, an Xbox or a bicycle? Because, like, yeah, he had to make that up, right? I don't know. I don't have kids. I don't know. But then again, you never know. I'll be like, kids really like Santa. I don't know, man. We should try. Be like, would you rather have Santa Claus or Donald Trump? Some of you guys should ask your kids if they know do your kids even know who Donald Trump is? I mean, when I was growing up, man, I knew who Bill Clinton was. I was very young. I was very, very young. You want more Biden? We need more ESG. We need more Amtrak's. You prick. Yeah. Where is Biden? Is he okay? Isn't he he's not feeling too well? But I kind of miss him too, man. I kind of miss him too. He destroyed this nation, but I still miss him. And just in a different way. Now we got fucking Hunter doing podcasts. He's like, you mix the baking soda and nobody knows that there's a big difference between crack and coke. There's a big difference. I'm like, what the fuck, Hunter? Hunter, you just got pardoned. Take it easy, bro. Take it easy. Oh, yeah, I did. That was fucking creepy. I guess some kids do teach their kids Donald Trump early, but in a more negative way. Yeah, I can see that. I mean, my nephew cried when the Chargers lost. That was the funniest one. He went to bed and the Chargers were winning, and then he woke up and then they were losing and he cried. He was shocked. Probably heard Dad talking about it, maybe. I mean, he did get to go to the White House. It's pretty fly. Oh, Hunter. And then Marvel. Well, unless we get a little rip here in the next 22 minutes. At least it was one way, but I don't know. I feel like the market wants to close a little higher. But it wasn't a bad day. Russell's still green. That's kind of been there. Same little slow move. BLS says November PPI will be released in January. Again, they did delay data once again. Your niece, 14 and 18, cried and had to go home from school when Trump won? Huh? How? They were distraught? 14? That's crazy. Oh, man. Oh, man, that's insane. What do you mean? I don't even know what I was... 18, we had... when I was 18, I think it was Obama. I think. I was like, my president is black, my Range Rover too, that was my Lambo too. We were all about that, but... I think my sister cried. No. Yeah, that's sad, bro. You were sad when Jimmy Carter won? Holy shit. Nancy, is that you? No, Nancy was... Dude, isn't that crazy? Even my mom couldn't even wrap her head around it. My mom was like, who is that? Bro, Nancy Pelosi was working in the government when Gerald Ford was president. I'm pretty sure she was like a White House staffer when Gerald Ford was president. The guy who make the Ford automobile. Yeah. So was that right before or after Nixon? Oh, and then the whole fucking government went to shit. He kind of looked like Biden, dude. Now that I think about it, he kind of looked like Biden. No one really talk about Gerald Ford, bro. He looks like he drinks a shit ton of alcohol. He looked like the white people's alcoholic uncle, kind of. Doesn't he? He kind of has that, he has something. Yeah, but that's where Nancy Pelosi worked under Gerald Ford. How come then nobody talks about Gerald, bro? Gerald. Speed up. Cava. Pfizer's starting to look good. I think it looked better at $24. But they are doing good now. A little bit. And that's the best part is we got to collect the dividend over the last 2 years. I just don't like it when it's too high because it really doesn't do much. I mean, remember, it was at 26 to start off the year, but the only thing was, what's it called? It's what I was telling you guys here for this year. Like, the buybacks, I'm pretty sure, begin next year. So they haven't done buybacks in like 2 years. They have spent a fuck ton of money on, like, I think they've spent over 118 billion, I want to say, on acquisitions. Did you guys know that? So yeah, literally their market cap is 147 billion. I'm pretty sure they spent like 90 to 118 billion on like just new companies. So I don't know if they'll have enough money to buy back, but that was kind of one of the catalysts we were waiting for. I would have bought more Pfizer because we could have stacked up, but I just don't like the fact that I want to say it's like what? It's like 10%, a little bit more off the bottom. So that's why like 24 and below, that's where I have one purchase higher than 25, 26, but we got a good average by getting it a little bit cheaper. So I like it, but I wouldn't, I'd make sure you guys, if you try to follow along with some of the companies if you like them, but just don't fall for the trap of it only looking good when it goes up. Does that make sense? Because that's not, you want it to look good regardless of the price, and the lower the price, keep buying it, the better, and then, have a plan, fit it into the long term. But I wouldn't, because Pfizer's one of those, it'll always look good. It was just at $27, 2 weeks ago? And it'll look good, and then it'll die, and then especially on like a slow mover dividend, that's how you could be down 10% and do nothing. Versus, ours, think about it. We got to collect a bunch of dividends on it. I think that's part of why our dividend's going up. That's the one thing I like about it. It has a good yield. They haven't really showed any signs of slowing it down, but at this rate, we've gotten 6-7% on Pfizer, and we've held it for 2 years. So I think we've gotten like 12 to 15% back. So whether you're break even on Pfizer or slightly up with the divvy, you're actually doing pretty well. Let's see. Yeah, so I'm down 11 total because I had some higher purchases, but then 2 years of the dividend, you've pretty much you're pretty much break even. It's kind of crazy. But that's what I'm saying. If you get it higher and it doesn't start to work out, you don't kind of want to get trapped in that. Your head tip made a move with some new pieces. Let's go, baby. I don't know. Did you hear the Philo today? Movement, action. You may fail, you may succeed, but you're going to get clarity. You get to just stick to the discipline. You got to give all that money and power a direction. It'll build up your power and like literally just start moving in it, man. And that's why, the more you do it, the more you'll get clarity. And there was a good time here. I think there's still a couple of good names out there as well. And like we were talking about, a lot of people are starting to bring it up, man. You have different opportunities. And like people are going to these value names, that S&P 500 list. There was a nice little window where they were really cheap. I still think there's some good ones, but even coming into next year, I think there is really going to be some really awesome plays. And I don't think that list is going away. And the more we see it develop, I think the more people are going to notice this. So yalla habibi. Orbs, Sam Altman joining WorldCoin live stream. Man, is he trying to pump fucking crypto? Sam, we need users, Sam. We're getting worried about the fucking money, Sam. And then your sister's fucking tweeting diss tracks, dude. So like everyone's panicking, corporate bonds, and then meanwhile his sister's like, ha 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 ha. I mean, that's what sisters are for, I guess. I mean, mine is the whole assault thing. But that's a different topic. Oh shit, Orb's popping off of it. Pop and drop. Man, my E-Trade's been wonky today. Wonkalicious. Pfizer. Looking at the cost basis of Pfizer. Pfizer used to be really big, but now it's fell after the other ones have grown. Trump admin wants airlines and airports to offer healthier food. Make America fly again. Average down on Pfizer selling calls and then roll. No, just because that one pays a dividend. So I don't think a lot of you guys, I don't think you really should play with the covered calls unless it's like a high flyer and it's like really good. But I mean, nobody follows the rules. I've given some good outlines with covered calls, but most of the time with covered calls, it's me helping people not lose their stock. Everybody just breaks all the rules. So if I were most of you, I wouldn't touch selling any of the calls. And then especially if it's a dividend stock, I mean, the stock pays almost 7%. I don't think you should have any business selling covered calls, but it's your life. Make a move and you'll do it. But I mean, yeah, why? So what's up, man? You can't like, if you only want this stock when it goes up and then you want to go to the, second, third order effects, sell a call, like, why not just pick up one of these names? Why not pick up TAP? I mean, now it's a little late on TAP, but even then, like, why not go for one of these value names that are like still down a little bit? You could get, or UPS is even the 7% yield. That's very similar to Pfizer, except for the fact that UPS does not manufacture cancer drugs. But you get what I'm saying? Like, I think things like that, I think that could help you out a little bit more. But if you make a decision earlier, you're gonna pay the pain somewhere. So just do it sooner than later. But I have a video on covered calls, but if you're not if you're establishing the position and you don't have room to sell it and get a fat gain, make it a win-win, I mean, it might end up being a waste of time, or you're gonna get pennies on the dollar to do a certain thing. So, and then again, if you are gonna do it though, I would try to follow those rules, but I don't really see that happen, unfortunately. Is that new? OpenAI lowered projections for AI revenue? Well, people were tripping out. Remember, the news this morning was that literally Google Gemini users are outpacing OpenAI. That kind of freaks some people out. XLK up 11 straight days. Dude, that's what I'm saying. Even the Russell shit, some of these small caps, bro, they went fucking insane. And it doesn't feel like it. It was because November was such a shit show. But dude, some of these have been massive consecutive rallies. It really doesn't feel like that. Yeah, bro, Procter Gamble, I mean, shit. Oh, we don't get another deposit till when, huh? Damn it, we gotta wait 3 weeks. But that is now it's back to 2023 lows. That was the price that I wanted. I mean, remember it was at what? Just the other day, 144, 143. But yeah, I'm still a big fan of PG. What's that yield at right now? 3.0. I think easy at 4, that's a no-brainer. But then again, I don't know how many more you need to drop. And then we've seen it get really close to 4, a lot of these companies, and then they rip. NVO never hit 4. I thought it did, but it was 2.78, and their dividend's variable. Yeah, PG, you're paying. Well, that's why, I was more comfortable with TAP, because you guys realize like the TAP PE is like 9 or something stupid. Like all of these companies are trading still at a multiple. I mean, shit, you got a 10% cheaper on Procter and Gamble with that move. It was at 22 earlier, but like UPS is at 14. I still like UPS a lot, and the fact I'm mad because, and then Target's at an 11 PE. That's not too bad, but it's not TJ Maxx. But like, you know, UPS, you could have pretty much held it for a year and got the money. So even if they cut the dividend by like 2% or something, I mean, you've held it for a year. You've got the 7% essentially, give or take. Yeah, Pepsi got, dude, the 4%, it's the sweet spot. Pepsi's at 3.8, but that's, I'm telling you, it's like they'll either get right below 4 and bounce, or they'll go a little bit above 4, and then usually if they break that, then something's fucked up, like Pfizer, and then it'll just keep flushing. And then you'll have to wait a little bit. But then, who else is the other one? Yeah, it says TAP's, no, it says TAP's not even at a PE. I don't know if that was a one-time report on there, but usually, like, TAP should be at like a 9 or a 6 PE or something. And then again, that's the only one trading below book value. Again, the last one that was below book value is Intel, and usually it's because people get worried about it, but I mean, TAP, I think, is fucking dirt cheap. So that's the one I was chill with, and then that still yields just above 4, or I think we got like 4.25. Who else? But yeah, a little bit of price, but Procter & Gamble is solid, dude. And now that I found out how much these damn toothbrushes cost, 105 would make it a 4% yield? Really? No. That seems too much, Habibi. And then I don't know if we're going to get it at 105. That's insane. It's $1. Is that $1 a quarter, or is that $1 a year? I think it's $1 a year, or a quarter. So times 4, you're doing 420 divided by 138, 42. Yeah. So you're getting 420. What did you say was your price? 105. Oh, you're right. Holy shit. That's crazy. So yeah, I don't know. I don't think that'd be hard. You would need another $38 lower on Procter & Gamble to hit that 4. So it would have to pretty much break. You'd have to get to like a 5-year low? Nope, lower. Yeah, you'd have to go to like the bottom at. That's where it bounced pretty much last time. And then Spotify's still ripping. No, my thing's glitching out. It might have dropped. Google's been down all day, but no, I don't see anything. That was final 5. So wrap it up, chat. Again, tomorrow, I think you might get more pregame. You could get a front run tomorrow, but I do think most of the action might actually happen on Powell Day. And then we'll see. You get Jolt's jobs report tomorrow. So you're actually, I think that's going to be the only jobs data you're going to get. So we will see what happens. Okay. $105.7. That sucks. I don't know if it'll get. I feel like that'd be insane though. I mean, then again though, as a lot of names are. Anything is possible. But like I'm telling you, depending on how, I think people might start snagging the cheap shit, like the really cheap stuff, and then that's why maybe, you know, they won't get as much love. But eventually, I mean, people are already picking up on the idea of the 497. So, you know, I think that's going to be kind of the next wave. And then next year is probably going to be another monster year, even though it is a midterm. So midterms get a little choppy, but if that's the case, it might just be tech down and everything else up. And that might give you a more normal year rather than one of these everything runs. But I'm excited. And the long term is growing. Isn't that exciting? You guys get to come in the next year. I mean, if you stuck around for a couple years and you really found 200, 300 bucks a month, now you got 30-something K about to work. Apple and Google partner on a better Android iPhone switching? What's that? What does this mean, WB? Okay. So yeah, Chattadoon. Rapparoon. Rapparoon by noon. It is technically noon. Verizon. I mean, I don't know. What do you think? Someone brought up Comcast today. Because again, remember like AT&T? But I don't know. Does Comcast? They only have like telecom, like your fucking home phone, right? Does Comcast offer like wireless? Because again, AT&T was going crazy at the beginning of the year, bro. So yeah, because that's the only thing. Like Verizon and AT&T, Verizon a little less. Yeah, internet cable and NBC, Xfinity wireless. Yeah, they try to offer Xfinity for everything, but I don't know if people use it as much. But that could be the upside. But I think out of any other telecom, because it's not real telecom, I think they have a little bit better of a value there. But that's why I just don't like the telecom as much. I mean, we kept the AT&T, but AT&T was annoying as hell. Oh shit. 1 minute! 40 seconds. Go, 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 go! Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's time to wrap it up. Bring it home. Finalize those plays. Speak now or forever hold your peace. Shares, options, futures, it don't matter. You got to wrap it up. 2 days until the Fed. The long term's growing, a couple of values moving, and Wall Street's picking up on it, but you better wrap it up. I don't know if you got a couple earnings, but you got less than 3 seconds. 2, 1. Ding 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 ding. Oh, no, let's go, baby. Oh, Chattadonia. What a day. What a good day. You got someplace. Your long term's growing. And you made it to the bed. Oh, God bless you. Happy Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Happy Kwanzaa. Happy everything. It's the holidays. That's it. After Wednesday, it gets even slower. But Chad, GG. Let me get the good game, baby. Let's go. Thank you, my friend. It don't matter if you made money or lost money. I know you learned something. Everybody that contributed brought something to the table. Plays, news, vibes, personalities, info. Way to hold it down. Way to be a part of it. Way to not get banned. And thank you for supporting. Thank you for supporting, not by just being here, but by doing it. But you see what I'm saying? By being the beacon, brother. By being about it. Putting good alignment in the chat. Oh, they don't feel me, baby. God bless you. How did you go this year? You went a whole year not getting banned? Oh, my goodness. I see you too, chat. All of you. Members, non-members, stream alerts. Do you have a long term? Like, really have a long term. That's it. You didn't. You know something big is coming up. That's why you didn't give in. Action, movement, creates clarity. You gotta choose the pain. We all get pain. You just gotta choose my freedom a lot. You need that rock. You won't see me a lot. Monday through Friday, you need me. Let's talk. That sounds cool, but I don't even know what song that is. Oh, Chattadonia. God bless you. That's the day, man. Thank you for your time. I hope you got a couple plays. We got some early shit today. The long term working again. Tomorrow, next couple days should be fascinating. So we'll see where it leads us. And then before you know it, man, it's Christmas time. And then do you guys know you have an Uncle song coming out tonight, 8 p.m. Pacific time, midnight in Eastern. And that's it. You guys get it. Do you want me to leak it to you now? I could leak it to you now, I think. I think I could show you it, right? Right, it comes out tonight anyways. It's the best time of year, Chad. God bless you. Merry Chrysler Christmas from my family and missus. I hope you get the... No, I'm just kidding. You don't have to wait. It's only a couple of hours, bro. Yeah, at least you know me. At least some of y'all know me, bro.
Stocks gon' fall by your pudding, by your car. Why these people always stall? Opportunity ain't far. Why they acting like it's not? I'ma take it, that's my job. That's the payrolls after all. Shake their hand and fake a smile. Give her inch, they ask a mile. Let me in and knock it down. Say the 10 and buy the time. Actual intelligence. Artificial negligence, they think it's about my arrogance. Severed from the relevance, they disregard the evidence. Go and get the delegates, the room is filled with elephants and a couple skeletons. They raised me from the elements, they hate how I'm developing. My genes began in Genesis, precipice of edifice, Carnegie's and Edison's. What's with your contentiousness, unless you are directionless? I think I get the emphasis, the tension's not the benefit. Your phone is filled with dreadfulness. I know this cause your restlessness. Don't ever trade your excellence. Get run over by pendulums and just lead to endlessness. The snake was never venomous. Ideas are the
long term. I think I'll just some VWAP action.
It's a
They
cold,
couldn't take
baby.
it up the whole bit, but you know.
I don't think I'm God, I just know you're on my
Chad,
side.
I'm out.
Complaining all the time, I could tell he didn't buy
Finger to
anything.
the sky,
Looking in
baby.
the eye and I could tell it was a lie.
God bless you. Enjoy your evening. To God be the glory. And through the grace of God alone, I'm gonna make the move. You want the pain now or later? We all gotta pay it, baby.
Amen, amen.
Put it towards the future. Pay it now. Sharpen the focus. Make a move.
Yeah. If we talking plays, yeah, I'm in there like swimwear. I've been there. I've done this shit for 10 years.
God willing,
You can
I'll
have
see
it
you
all, but
tomorrow.
you been scared, big scare. Funny part, there wasn't even risk there. My thoughts been on, yeah, I've been clear.
It's your
No
life.
fear. Oh dear, who you trying to control here? My God is the weapon, I ain't boasting. Nah, it's done. Daddy said it's finished. Made me in his image, but that always made me timid. Wonder why we different, don't you ever get it twisted. It's the only way we get it, set apart from the start. And the heart isn't ours. It's a hippie with the love, but it's David with the sword. I want peace, so that means you gon' kill me if it's war. Nietzsche, Trotsky, can't beach on the ark. Want it easy or hard, want a genie or a god. Then believe me, lil' bro, you a child, you a son of the highest in above. Don't deny it, we don't like it when they tell us who we are. I can tell you who I was, I can tell you who he is. I can make another song that's telling y'all about the crib. But for a second, keep it real, it's not the reason they will kill. It's the freedom in believing they want that to bring the will. But I'd rather have it now, and I ain't never backing down. Lion gonna eat me or turn his ass around. Either way, I will remain up in his name and say it proud. Here, let's say it now. Jesus. I put Jesus on the beat so I can listen to it. I got reason to believe that we living in it. You could say it's one hell of a decision in it. Ay, if we talking plays, yeah, I'm in there like swimwear. I've been there, I've done this shit for 10 years. You could have it all, but you been scared, big scare. Funny part, there wasn't even risk there. My thoughts been my own, yeah, I've been clear, no fear. Oh dear, who you try to control here? My God is the weapon, I ain't boasting.